Track is closed. Athletes, please make your way off on the back straight. Track is closing down. Athletes, please make your way off. Cat 4s are called for the rollout procedure along the home straight as well. Cat 4s. Rollout procedures along the home straight, please. Track is now closed. Riders will exit at their next earliest convenience. Cat 4s are called for rollout along the home straight. Just a few minutes until we get started. Up first will be our regional Madison champs. Athletes are exiting the track now as track is closed. Cat 4s are called for their rollout. There'll be a brief rider meeting to get our things together here before we get started. We've got enough things to talk about. We'll just need to touch base, I'm sure. Fans on the outside of the velodrome here. We've got a fun program to follow along with tonight. This is take 2 for Maddie's night, which we had to delay, unfortunately, for weather cancellation back earlier this season. And the schedule for tonight is posted on our website, velodrome.org/live. We've got some pretty unique ones in the docket today. Up first is those Madison Championship event we're going to be running. It's an open regional Madison Champ, a 50-lap race to open things up. We'll have the Kiddie Kilo coming up after that. So there's still time to get registered for the Kiddie Kilo. Head over to the tent, get the name on the dotted line, get your bib number, get ready for tonight's fun and free lap around the track. You can smell the hot dogs carrying on the wind here, so if you haven't got a chance for your dinner, we've got hot dogs here all night long. Some great dessert here behind the building as well. Once again, final call for Cat 4s for your rollout procedures. Please check in along the home straight. Cat 4 competitors. Rollout procedures now along the home straight. Thank you. Appears we have 7 teams on our roster for tonight's Madisons, which have been posted to the live results folder. Athletes, if you want to follow along with that tonight, that also can be found on the website. That's /live at our website, velodrome.org/live. We've got the link at the top there for tonight's results folder. And then also, fans, if you want to jump in on today's donations, we're going to be running a raffle as part of our racing today. And the raffle is actually to choose what our athletes are going to be competing in. So easiest way to might be the easiest way to do it is to jump on the live stream and actually use our super chat feature. We'll talk about that more as we get closer to doing that today. If you want to get prepped and ready to go, just head to the YouTube app, find JB Velodrome, subscribe now so that you're ready to participate in chat. You must be a subscriber for a few minutes before you can jump in there. And then once the racing gets underway, I'll give some instructions on what you need to do if you want to get your name in on the raffles. We'll call all riders together for a brief meeting now on the infield. Riders, let's gather up so we can get tonight's racing program started. Riders, gather up on the infield, please, for a brief rider meeting. Thank you. Also calling 409 to roll out. Rider 409. 409 to roll out, please. Billy, he's down at the end, down there. Keep walking. Yep, he's ready. He's getting something going there. Thank you. Hey everybody out there, welcome to the live stream. My name is Corey, happy to be your host today here at the Velodrome for what is going to be an interesting day of racing. We actually have Matti Herz day take two. We had a cancellation back about a month ago due to weather cancellation for one of our auction winners to put together a very special program. There are some very unique races on today's program. I'll be talking you through all of it. Whether you're here live to enjoy it or you're watching it back, we hope you enjoy the broadcast and have a lot of fun with us today. We'll start off with our Madison Regional Championships before the Kiddie Kilo, and then we really get into the meat of the program, Matti's mad concoctions. We look forward to that. Thanks for joining us, and let's go down to the track. And one more time, welcome everybody in here to the Velodrome, and thank you for joining us for Friday Night Racing. Tonight's going to be an interesting one and a fun one. We start off today with one of our regional championships. Another cancellation earlier this season, unfortunately, was our weekend of regional championships. We had to do a little bit of a reconfiguration due to a combination of weather and low registration. Tonight, we're going to fit in our Madison Regional Championship. Seven teams on our roster today will be competing in this 50-lap race. We'll get some more information at the rail, make sure our teams are ready and set to go, and we'll talk a little bit about this one during the neutral. Our regional Madison Championships about ready to get their start. Those riders off are in the race. We'll get our relief riders started shortly. And there goes our riders currently in the relief. Always an active rider and one rider in the relief to make a team of two. We've got 7 active riders over in turn 3 trying to make our starting field. If they're combined together, a little bit of separation. They're looking to kind of connect back into turn 4. And there's a whistle. We are combined together for this 50-lap 10x5 points race is my understanding. That's 10 sprints every 5 laps, so plenty of opportunities to score for these teams. You can tell who's on a team based on our Madison jerseys out there. They are wearing a matching set, so the colors will let you know who their teammate is, and you'll get the opportunity as they come around the track to see some exchanges happen. Looks like we've got one of our teams that's going to show it off here on the home straight, as that looks to be the helmet of Serge Malikian wearing the pink, rolling in for an exchange with his teammate Lynch. We don't get to run the Madison in bunch. We did luckily get in a little bit of some laps on this event a week ago, so that's always a good sign for running a regional championship. You want to get some laps on this kind of an event to get familiar with it, as the kind of mobility and the movement that's required to approach this race is quite unique. You don't really get to practice this skill set anywhere else. Is Carl Hafer going to get a pretty high-speed throw in here? Pardon me, that's not Hafer. That's going to be Harrison Devine tossing in his teammate. Is Otis Hatfield wearing the green today. So Hatfield combining up with Devine. Yes, that's our Aussie's favorite racer out there. The same Otis Hatfield with the steel frame that we love to talk about. Still a couple laps out from this first sprint for points, and on the front of the lap is Team Green. That's Otis for his teammate, looking over to see where his relief rider is. He sees Devine on the back straight. This is going to be a pretty good team in this race. They're going to partner up for some speed. The thing about this type of race, it often benefits really good endurance. You need to be really quick to recover. So good recovery time is a big deal. As you're in the relief, you're trying to get your oxygen back through your system, kind of slow down that heart rate, get ready for your next effort. And then it's a long race, 50 laps. So you've got to have the legs for it. And I think Green's well positioned to score a lot here today. Team Purple right on the back as this first bell's ringing. And our first sprint, it will be green. Divine in on that one for the 5. 3 points for purple and team 4. Over the top goes pink and green, the turquoise and green colors of team 8. That's 2 points, and team yellow with 1. That appears to be Chris Wilson for yellow, getting tossed in by teammate Carl Hafer on the back straight. The front of the race is over in turn 3. A bit of acceleration on purple's part here as we get a very high speed exchange, and now a push at the front of this race. 44 to go, and your leaders are starting to accelerate. That's now Merrick Gallagher in the race for team 4. Back for some international competition and ready to show off his speed again. If you're a regular fan of the Velodrome, you certainly remember about a month ago getting to watch this young racer really dominate here at our track quite a bit. Making the rounds and having some good competition. Now back here to throw down on Friday night again with us. 43 to go, Bell at 42. You can see there's quite a bit of stretched out field here as we've got the 2 leaders on the home straight in exchange for pink and green. This is an important one coming out of the turn. Wyatt Paul's going to toss in his teammate. That's Tyson Danielson. This chase is pretty key here. If he can get into position, team pink and turquoise, they really need to be on the wheel of the front. Looks like they're going to be able to close this thing down. Tyson's got some fresh legs on the exchange, trying to bring it back together at the front. The next closest group is in the middle of the back straight right now, being led by Team Yellow. That's Carl Hafer with pink. That looks to be Serge Malikian. I think that's Andy Baker in for the orange and turquoise in that 3rd position. On the home straight, we're hearing the bell ring. Here's a change for Team Green on the bell lap. Good time for Divine to get out of the race here and throw in his partner. Otis will go on the lead of the lap looking very fresh. He's going to put on an attack and try to separate himself. It's a good move. A lot of busyness over in turn 1 as we had several teams making some very quick exchanges. It's yellow that benefits the most out of all the change-ups. Purple losing a little bit of speed as it looks like Tori's in a little bit of a tough spot now. Will get passed by 3 very quick teams. On the home straight, green picks up 5. Quick change for pink and green, picking up 3 here. And the next team across gets 2. That'll be yellow. Chris Wilson picks up 2. Pink looks to be Andy Lynch in the colors of pink. Picks up 1 point on that sprint. And this race has been pretty quickly pulled apart for what is a very long Madison race. Not unusual on our track to see this. A lot of teams kind of in their own efforts now all over the field here. The front of the race is heading into turn 1. That's Team Green. Nearly catching the back end of the race. Looks like Single Malt Velo might be swallowed up here by the leaders shortly. The chase is coming from Wyatt Paul. That's the green and pink heading back down that back straight, catching on Team Green here shortly. Trying to stay at the front of this race. We do have some updates to our results so far. Let's check the points. Team Green is your leader in first with 10 points. In second with 5 is Team Green/Pink. In third, 2 teams with 3 points is both Yellow and Blue and Team Purple. In fifth with 1 point is the team of Lynch and Malicki, and that's Team Pink. So Team Green, who's been on the front of this race since the start, the combo of Divine and Hatfield have really been looking pretty good in the early parts of this race, and they've set themselves apart already, winning the first 2 sprints. Next bell at 36 to go. Leaders are seeing 37. Leaders are just now heading into turn 1. Purple looking over the shoulder, seeing that they're likely going to be caught here. Tori's tossing in teammate. And he's not going to want to get caught. The kid's going to go on a bit of a dive himself here, try to get himself out of trouble, get back up on this lap a little bit. So that's going to be Merrick Gallagher in purple, recovering as much as he can, likely to take a bit of a longer pull here. Leaders get the bell, 36 to go. Purple coming across the line. Here we go. There's pink and green next. 35 to go. Green across the line next. Leader seeing 34. Front of race coming onto the home straight now. Team Purple has been Merritt Gallagher for several laps, getting about a half lap back from nearly being caught. Here's your leader seeing 33 to go. In total position on the current lap, the back team is currently Purple, but again, they've gained about a half lap against the front of the race. After scoring the last one, there was one team that was not eligible for scoring as they had not yet been scored down the lap technically. So our points come in as our leaders, Team Green now with 13, and second is Team Green and Pink with 10. They picked up 5 on that last sprint. 3 riders with 3 points apiece are all tied for third. That's yellow and blue, purple and pink. In 6th place with 1 point is turquoise orange. Your leaders heading into turn 1 now. A couple of exchanges for both of the lead teams. One lap away from the bell. Here comes the chasing teams. Pink next up on the track and still on the same lap of the leaders, chipping away at what is right now a race for third. 3 teams all tied for third, all with 3 apiece, including this Team Pink, who's now got Serge Malikian in a nice turn of speed, trying to pull away from the rest of that back half of the race. Bell's ringing for the leaders. But yeah, Team Pink, this is a good move here for what will be the race for third place. We're on the bell lap. Bell ringing for Team Pink as well. Onto the back straight, we see Wyatt Paul looking over his shoulder at Harrison Devine. They're fighting over points. The top of this race is still pretty close. So each of these point sprints are also quite vital at this stage of the race. Front of the race over in turn 3. Field appears to be back in turn 2 with one chase as Team Pink. Oh, Green gets the points. Green and Pink for 3. Team Pink, that's Lynch in for his partner now. Malikian made the exchange about a half lap back. They'll pick up 2. And Yellow picking up an important point in the race for third. There's Purple just now heading to turn 1. That's still the young rider making his way all the way around this track, kind of close this distance down. He's made his way back up to what is kind of the next group of riders. Purple never losing the lap. He's going to try to keep his way going. Look at this. Trying to claw his way back into this race a bit, 1 lap at a time. He knows he has Tori as a release valve when he's feeling it, but he's got a long effort in him. He's a time trial specialist. He's got some great results going off the front of very fast fields. This is a very comfortable kind of effort for the rider in purple. So we might still get a chance to see them pick up some points here. Let's look back to where Team Pink is now, over in the middle of the turn, clawing their way back up. Still not quite up to where the leaders are, but Pink is currently now sitting alone in third place with 5 points. So the race for third is all too close still at about nearly halfway through this one. And up to the leaders, who just had an exchange over in the turn. A little bit of separation between the two. Your leaders, Team Green with 18. Green and Pink in second with 13. And that's a big jump back. Teams in third, fourth, and fifth back down with 5, 4, and 3 points respectively. You've seen the live chat that we're taking some donations for raffling today. If you use the super chat today to buy some raffles tickets, we will get it in the list for the drawings. We just need to know that you'd like to donate for that. The way that's going to work later on today, we have a race in our program called the Raffle. Riders are going to come up to the rail not knowing what they're racing. Buy tickets, we put it into the pile. We're going to pull the race at the rail to find out what they're competing on. Pay $10 per raffle ticket to kind of mess with the potential upcoming races. If you do use the super chat, make sure you tell us which field you are putting in a ticket for. So you have to let us know what the race is that you're hoping for and which field you're hoping to have that happen to. The bell did ring, so let's see how the points are going to play out. It looks like Team Green has put themselves back ahead of Green and Pink. That's Otis Hatfield picking up 5 for his team. Pink and Green for 3. Pink should be the next one for points, I believe, for 2. 1 point's going to come out of the group, and right now it's turquoise in scoring position. It's turquoise and orange for 1, as it looks to be Yellow just catching up onto the wheel, but not in time for any points. .24 to go. That's the colors of single malt velo, number 34 there, teaming up with Matt Haldeman. Currently in the race, that's Scott Grinsel. Going through turn 2. Team Yellow making a high-speed exchange over there in turn 2. That's kind of the chasing field still. Purple's in on that effort. So you see that little group of 3 is serving as our field right now, from what I can understand. Everybody else is kind of in front of that position or being caught by them, as single malt velo might soon be. Field seeing 23 to go. Over here on the back straight, an interesting development is Wyatt Paul's currently in the race. That's pink and green, losing position to pink now, who has jumped over. So the light pink and green team losing some position here. Pink currently in third, but now they leap in front of the team that's in second. So now in scoring position to start working on this leaderboard themselves. Team Pink showing some grit here. Lynch with a nice effort that last lap. It's now Malikian's turn to try to keep this momentum. You can see them feeling themselves the longer this race goes. Pink is starting to show they've got good endurance for this type of an event. An important exchange for the light pink and green team over in turn 2 as Danielson's going to get tossed back in. Can he stay competitive, as it looks like the distance starting to take its toll on Wyatt? Not feeling this distance anymore. Bell's ringing for the leader, Team Green. Otis Hatfield looking pretty comfy still. He's over in turn 1 at 21 to go. Bell's ringing for everybody as they come by. In position to score 5. It looks like Pink is in position for scoring 3. They'll put in fresh legs of Lynch over there on the back straight, and Green and Pink will keep Danielson in for now. They're in position to score 2. The field, just now coming into the turn, is going to be sprinting for 1 point between these 3 teams. So yellow, turquoise, and orange, and purple are all eligible, and here comes an exchange for 2 of those teams right before the sprint. Still, the fight for third is looking interesting here, possibly 4th place now as Pink has rolled away from this group. So those points as called earlier did come across the line in that order. This is a sprint for 1 out of the back of the group, and it will be turquoise coming out of the field a bit here. That's Andy Baker picking up 1 for his team. Nice work there. Continuing on towards the end of this race, they saw 19 to go across the line that time. And that field of 3 will keep fighting for, right now, it's just going to be the slim pickings of 1 point at the line when the bell rings. Ooh, the attack from yellow. This is Chris Wilson trying to separate himself, pushing the wheels pretty hard as he gets thrown in from Hafer. Baker has to respond a little bit here. Turquoise trying to hold on to the jump from yellow. Torrey's going to get the toss in now from Team Purple. Very high-speed exchange. And Gallagher will get up and out of the way as Purple now has to claw all the way back. And here comes another very important exchange for Turquoise. This is a pretty heavy moment for the field, as these 3 teams have been kind of riding together, and there's a lot of attacking, a lot of energy being spent right now. Yellow not able to pull this thing apart as Nolan Adams for the turquoise and orange team glues it back together. And after all the speed and the attack, we're right back to the original formation. So Chris Wilson's feeling a little spin after that. He'll get the exchange here, and Hafer's back into the race. He'll get his relief he needs. Let's see the position of our other groups. Onto the home straight, we see Green onto the back wheel of single malt velo. Pink over here in turn 1, continuing to work their way up this leaderboard, getting closer and closer to taking over 2nd place. And here's light pink and green, currently in 2nd, but they've lost position here. That position is going to start fading the longer this race goes. Leaders on the home straight getting the bell, 16 to go. There's our field getting some important exchanges again, as we've got 2 teams keeping it all together still. Once again, the field of 3 is going to be sprinting for what will be 1 point. We'll kind of watch this group, as this is where most of the racing is going to be happening here. Team Green is going to pick up 5 again. The field looking at each other, trying to figure out where this next sprint's going to come from. Chris Wilson's on the front of the lap with Baker right behind. Gallagher in position 3. Green will pick up 5 more points as they cross the line. Almost a half lap, more than a half lap up on the field, I should say. Pink for 3. It will be light pink and green for 2 shortly. Still watching this field for the sprint for 1 point. And we'll look at the points totals after this sprint to kind of see where everything is on the leaderboard. Yellow just kind of cruising in, not being challenged. Whoa! Gallagher was thinking about it. It will be yellow, with Chris Wilson picking up 1 point that time. Purple in position and now waving off the exchange. Now on the attack, trying to take advantage, kind of throws off the exchange. Says no need, no need. Yellow goes up and over the top and now able to finally get a gap here as Gallagher goes on the attack. Leaderboard updates. Let's see everything sits after that last sprint. Now with 33 points, Team Green is in very good control of this race in first. Team Green and Pink still in second with 20. They're in third position on the track when it comes to where they are and about to be caught by Team Purple, interestingly enough. Team Pink in third with 13 points. Yellow and Blue in fourth with 5. Purple in fifth with 3, as is Turquoise and Orange in fifth with 3. But this catch from Purple onto the back of the light pink and green team, they're now starting to get in better scoring position themselves as they're pulling away from that field of 3, really making it a couple groups of 2. In fact, 3 groups of 2, if you want to think about it that way across the track. We've got the 2 leaders off the front, still separated. We've got this chase group now being pulled apart again as in comes fresh legs for Purple, and Tori's on the attack. And then we've got the back chase of Team Yellow and Team Turquoise. 12 to go. Front of the race coming onto the home straight now. That's Harrison Devine getting another bell as the leading team still really on a nice turn of the pedals. Really consistent tempo from Team Green. A long race, an arduous race, and they've really just shown consistency. Lap after lap has played up really nicely to their strength. Team Pink knocking at the door, trying to close in this gap is Lynch, who's almost on position of the leaders. Lynch is a veteran racer with fantastic endurance, had a fantastic season last year due to injury, a late start this year, but ever coming back in, he's showing why he's been a top competitor at our track. He's doing a hard pull here, trying to hold on to Devine. He'll get 3 points. Gonna get some help from Balickian on this exchange. Team Green did pick up the 5. Next up is gonna be Team Purple now. They've moved up some positions. They're in place to get 2 this time. 2 for Team Purple and 1 for Team Light Pink and Green.
Alrighty. With 10 laps to go, Corey, can you turn me up a little bit? With 9 laps to go, can we have our Kiddie Kilo riders start staging? Kiddie Kilo riders to staging behind the beer garden. So Kiddie Kilo riders behind the beer garden. We're going to get you all staged because you're going to be up in less than 5 minutes. Kiddie Kilo riders to staging.
If our friend that made our first super chat of the night could, for the 1-2s, there we go, got it. Thank you.
Corey, can you help me out? Kiddie Kilo to staging. Your voice carries quite a bit better than mine.
Yeah, of course. Kiddie Kilo riders are called to staging. Parents, could you please bring your kids over for staging? We're nearly done with this Madison Championship. Kiddie Kilo riders and families to staging, please. Updates on the results. Let's take a look and see where we are. No surprise, Team Green is anchored in first now with 38 points. That's not going to change anytime soon. In second with 21 is Team Green and Pink. Only 5 points back to the third place team of Pink with 16. 2 teams with 5 apiece. Tied for fourth is Yellow, Blue, and Purple. And in sixth place, Turquoise, Orange with 3. Your leaders on the track getting the bell now as the field is getting caught by Team Green, I believe, as that bell's ringing. Leader seeing 5 to go, and we'll be picking up the 5 points. That's Green on the back of this group. Right as the bell was ringing, it looked like Green caught on what had to officially been the field for a while, though there's only 2 teams back there, so potentially not making that determination, and my call not official. I'll wait for the updates. A couple more teams coming in for their points here. Seeing 5 remaining is Team Purple. There's Tori coming across the line, and light pink and green. Front of the race now crossing the finish line, seeing 4 to go. Checking updates to the results. We do score Team Green up the lap. That's a plus 20 for Green, bring them to 59 points. Team Green now at 59 points after getting scored up the lap. In second with 26 is Team Green and Pink. The front of the race currently, based on the way we have scored this race, is Team Pink. Next time the bell's ringing, Pink is in scoring position for 5 points. The front of the race is Team Pink. It'll actually be for 10 because we're getting to the end of this race. So, Team Green does get scored up. The front of the race is now Team Pink over in turn 3. Showing 2 to go right now. Field, you're seeing 2 laps twice. We got it. We're sorted. Field seeing 2 to go. Field seeing 2 to go. Now we're seeing 1 to go in the bell for Pink. Front of the race, coming into our final lap. 1 to go. The race for second place has come down to this final lap as Green and Pink have 23 and Team Pink has 21. And where Team Pink is right now, they are in position to score 10. They will likely take over at second place following this sprint. So all this craziness, all this energy being spent, riders all over the place during this Madison, and Team Pink has clawed their way back up in this long race. And I think is kind of the story of this race is Pink really surviving and pushing their way back in this position. Well done to climb their way up into second in this tough Madison. Green and Pink coming across the line next. We'll end up, I believe, in third. Here comes the sprint out of the field, still trying to get some points here at the end of this one. Ooh, Baker fighting for something here. He'll get enough. Wow. Nice fighting all the way at the end of that 50-lap event. Team Pink with, I think, just a really, really impressive ride to come back into this thing. It was Team Green from the beginning, though, that set the bar and kept the pace really high, pulling away. Team Green, giving the wave there on the home straight, will take it here today after lapping the field, taking so many of the points. Third place will end up being our light pink and green team. They had a good start, lost a little bit of steam as the race went on, but found enough points in the early sprints to separate themselves, and they held on to a top 3 position, all said and done. Congrats to our regional champions, and thank you for that fun Madison race. Kiddie Kilo is coming onto the track next. We're opening up the gate here, and we'll get our young riders out for a fun lap.
All right, I got a speedy first group here. They're going to do 1 super fast lap. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to be real fast. Oh, yeah, we can get it in here. Here we go. 1 super fast lap. Ready, set, go. And like I said, hang out down on the bottom part is going to be the safer part. There we go. Where's all my juniors? Where's my wall of juniors? Wall of juniors. Rana, Sarah, Rue, Keegan, come on down. Okay.
I've got 1 super chat so far for our raffle later on today. If you want to jump in on the fun, I'm throwing in 1 so far. If you're smart, you know you can check the chat, by the way, and see what people are voting for. If there's not that many yet, but if you're here at the Velodrome and you want to throw money in for the raffle later today, that's a raffle to choose what each field races. The more tickets of a certain race that are thrown in, the more likely it'll happen. So $10 per ticket. We got one so far for our Cat 1-2s, trying to throw things in. But you can jump in and use the Super Chat feature on YouTube or donate cash. I think Amara was going to go around later, have somebody help do that. If you have some cash, you want to do it that way. Put your hands together for our first kids coming in. Fun, fast lap for the youngsters.
To be clear, though, Corey, we've already had 70 raffle donations via cash at check-in. There's a lot of raffle options going on already. All right, we got a few more riders, and then we're going to get up our next group here. There we go. Yeah, someone go to the pink highlighter and just hang out in the center of the field.
Yeah, I am looking at a list of now, after adding the live stream, it's 71 unique entries for raffles already. Yeah, so as Mara said, if you want to make an indent, we're gonna need to get some forces together out there. Keeping the Kiddie Kilos rocking and rolling. Here comes your next group up. After the Kiddie Kilo, Crapshoot is coming up. I'll talk more about it later. I promise.
Today is some silly races. I love it. All right, we have our next super fast group. This is a big one here, so make sure we're nice and safe while we're starting and riding next to other people. This group, are we ready? Yeah! Yes, they are. Woo! Ready, set, go! Straight lines, straight lines, straight lines. Don't sprint off the line, though. There's a lot of you. Make sure you know where you are going.
Those kids were making noise at the front. I like this group.
Woo! They were ready.
They were.
There we go. Yep. I see corner 1 and 2 making some noise for them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, these kids are moving. Look at that leg speed up. Someone fell down a little bit. You got it. Get back up. Yeah, the banking can throw them off every once in a while. There we go. Back up and spinning away. All right, they're coming in hot. I said you're turning left. After the finish line, go hang out with the pink highlighter. Keep going, keep going. Ooh, I like your helmet. We got some racing gear in here. There we go, nice work. Sometimes feels weird at a track race, but I should be like, shift a little bit, shift. A little bigger gear sometimes. All right, we got a few more people spinning their hearts out. There we go. Keep it going, keep it going. Nice work, all the way to the finish. There we go. Keep going, all the way to the line. You're almost there. Woo!
The great tradition. Oh, Kiddie Kilo, hold on. Come on back. There you go. Good job. It may not be a competition, but let's still start it out fair, you know? Looks like this might be our last group, or maybe there's one more around the corner before we get to the push bikes. Riders in the crapshoot, that's coming up very soon. Our dice-based points racing. Around the corner.
Okay. Whew. This group is false starting left and right. Love it. All right. Is this group ready?
Yeah.
Yes. One super fast lap. He wants to win. Ready, set, go! Watch out, juniors. They are coming in hot. Yeah, try to go down low. Cody, don't stand there, please. All right, we got to get past this first corner. That's the hardest part. There we go. Put your hands together. They're doing great. Okay, it looks like we have one more pedal bike group here. We got a lot of kids today. And then our push bikers. One more pedal bike.
Yeah, they were hiding behind the containers. I couldn't see them. Those sneaky kids. But as we've been doing pretty much every week for the last couple of years when we're doing a Friday night Kiddie Kilo, we've got over 100 littles soaring all over the track. Many of them are weekly repeats we get to see all through the summer. Someday maybe out here doing a Camp Velo, our week-long junior development race program we do here, where riders get all the skills they need over the course of a week. Camp spots are filled this summer, but you can always look toward being back next year. Whoa, look at this fight. Whoa, going fast.
And we have a lot of kids tonight. We have two more pedal bike groups and then the push bikers. We got a lot of kids today, which is fantastic.
That's an awesome showing.
Ah.
I mean, got to put it out the plug now. It's a week away from what will be a pretty fun weekend here in Redmond. What's going on next week?
We have one and only Derby days, and we are kicking it off with Friday night racing, so everyone can come here. It'll probably why we had to exit into the beer garden from a child. That was a fun move. Can someone escort them out of the beer garden, maybe?
Littles are not allowed within the red fenced area.
Just turned left, straight into the beer garden.
Perfect.
All right, let's get the next group out here. Yes, Derby Days should be fantastic. It's also the Marymoor GP, which means super fast racing. We have at least 3 or 4 countries represented. So we'll be crazy fast racing.
Yeah, and that's still has a Kiddie Kilo, so you can look forward to it, families. Be a part of the fastest racing of our season. We bring in talent from up and down the coast. We got international riders that'll come in and compete for the GP, and your kid can be a part of it again. The Kiddie Kilo is still on the program, so Friday and Saturday night racing, all part of Derby Day weekend. Look forward to that a week from today.
Always a favorite. All right, another full lap group. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, so it was a little delay, but they are ready. Here we go. One full lap. Ready, set, go! Straight lines, straight lines. Getting off the line is the hardest part. We also have multiple Spider-Mans here.
Yeah,
this
I was about to say.
Looks really good.
Yeah, the Spider-Man look is fantastic.
There we go. Try to stay down low on the track, down on that flat portion. Remember, only one lap. I know you got to stick around in the infield for a while. Just one lap for the kids. Everyone gets their lap. Like I said, we have one more pedal bikes and then our push bikers. We got a big group today. It's always a good sign when the Kiddie Kilo numbers like double the racers. There we go. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Cat 3s are coming up very soon. Cat 3s on deck for the next race. Coming up quick. Nearly done with our Kiddie Kilo. Hope everyone out there is having a fantastic evening with us, whether you're here in the park doing the good work of supporting racing in person, or you're out there watching the racing later, or of course you're part of our live broadcast. We hope you're having a beautiful evening. The Kiddie Kilo, our weekly family-focused tradition here at the Velodrome, nearly wrapping itself up. We've got the Push Bike Derby down the home straight coming up next. And then we'll continue with our regularly scheduled race night program, although nothing about tonight's program is regular.
We have a whole nother pedal bike group, Corey. We have half of Redmond showed up today.
Oh, okay. I keep jumping the group because there's so many.
There's so
it's
many.
insane.
Kids. The last one here, then we're going to pull out our last pedal bikers.
Wow. We have to count. I know Amara will be rewatching later to count how many kids were here tonight. It's a big group. If you're out there enjoying tonight's broadcast, or if you're here at the Velodrome and have a little bit of free time to pull out your smart device.
Right here. Don't go yet.
Oh,
Don't go
hold
yet.
up, hold up. Oh, the early starters. Hold on.
They're just going.
Wow. Enthusiastic. I love it.
Woo.
If you haven't had a chance yet to hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.
Gavin, just let him go.
Gavin's taking a lap.
Just
It's
let him
fine.
go.
Gavin, you're good. You're good.
All right. Also important to remember when we have this many parents or adults in here, just make sure you get out of the way too, because kids are coming fast.
It's all right, Daniel. That kid's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It's all right. Good run, though. Good sprint.
This group, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you ready? Oh, they're so shy. Okay, got it. Make sure you get out of the way. Out of the way. Like I said, parents, make sure you get out of the way as well. Here we go. Ready, set, go! Straight lines. Heads up.
Nice work. Nice
keep
work.
going. Keep going. One whole lap. Watch out behind you. There's a lot of kids in this group. Down low is safer. Yes, just keep pedaling. It's the way to go. We got kids in the warm-up circle. We got everything going on.
It is quite chaotic.
Keep on going. This is always
On a scale of 1 to a 50-lap Madison Regional Championship of chaos, I think this one exceeds. There's a lot going on here. Speaking of which, we're taking the podium shot real quick on the infield there for our regional champs in the Madison. Congrats to our top 3 on the podium today. Nice work. Got to see, it looks like Harrison Devine and Otis Hatfield up there on top celebrating their victory and giving some nice congratulations to the competitors today. And as I keep getting corrected, there's just so many kids here today. We're still going on the Kiddie Kilo. There's our first finisher. Nice work.
that's
Speedy
when they got
lap.
the super head start.
Hey, you know
too.
what? That's okay. I just think he was just worried about having all that traffic at the beginning. He wanted to avoid, all that bumping that happens at the beginning.
Do make sure we're just going to do one lap, though, our young racers. Just one lap. We got a lot of runners in this one, too. For our runners, make sure you don't run in front of a track bike. Remember, we don't have brakes. If you were to run in front of a track bike, they're a little bigger than the kids. They might run into you. There we go. We got a lot coming around corners 3 and 4. We have a lot of runners. Like I said, be careful of the big bikes. They don't have brakes. Woo, keep going. We got full safety pads, full face helmets. Nice work. One lap is a long ways. There we go, all the way to the finish and then turn on in. We also like to generally remind people for the older kids starting at 8 years old, we do a summer camp. However, we are actually already sold out for the entire summer. So through the city of Redmond, we do our summer camp program and we are sold out. So something next year to look forward to is that you can actually do a full week camp of how to ride a track bike, how to race, all the fun rules. It is an absolute blast. All right, we got a few more coming in. Like I said, please kind of stay over in that general area. We got a lot of kids just sneaking into the racers. All right, we're going to get our push button derby set. Bring him down. Go ahead and walk down, and then set up on the goal line. You can go all the way up the track. All the way up the... And also, if you saw on our Instagram as well as Facebook, and now... Ooh, I'm cutting out over here. We announced we're going to do a corgi races later on in the summer. They're actually going to be racing on the velodrome, doing the straightaway down, similar to what you see at like the Seahawks. We're going to do a full corgi race. It's going to be pretty cool. Yes, lots and lots of kids. We also like to make sure everyone's got helmets on. Some kids get a little shy. That's okay if you don't want to race today. You can always next week. Okay, I think I got everyone set here. Spectators, are you by Derby? Let's put our hands together. Yay! Let's make some noise. Okay, here we go. They're already going. Ready, set, go!
Nice job, everybody. So fun. Go, go, go. Oh, and smiling and waving too at the crowd. Man, crowd pleases out here.
All right, it looks like that's majority. So now this is the hardest part. We got to get everyone out of the infield. So all of our Kiddie Kilo competitors, we got to go back out. Ideally through the gate. You can also just jump the fence on the home straight, but we need to exit at this point because more bike racing coming. So, by Jerry Baker Jr.'s, if you can gently nudge and suggest that people move towards the exit. We got Kiddie Kilo stickers for everybody. Kiddie Kilo stickers.
Yeah, you heard Amara. It's time to exit the track if you are one of our Kiddie Kilo families. Thank you again. This might be our highest turnout of the season. This is a lot of families and a lot of kids. One more round of applause for all of these young riders. Great job today. Woo! So much fun. Thank you, families, for making your way out and joining us again. Hot dogs and sweet treats, and as Amara said, stickers on the way out too.
Kiddie Kilo stickers, and oh my goodness, the cookie dough truck is very good. There we go.
There's a truck made of cookie dough? Oh my gosh.
I wish. Get everyone out of here. I know this is the hard. We got to move in. Want to watch racing. is the next race? What is this crazy thing?
I don't know.
And you have props, too.
Whatever our raffle is tonight, can we have it be to figure out what kind of wireless technology is required to work over the 150-foot range? It's a tough night tonight. Okay. Yeah, we're about to do some pretty interesting racing tonight. Everything on the race program today has been put forth by, I guess it's kind of a shared community brain, but it's all been funneled through sort of the thoughts of Matti Herz, who's a longtime competitor, great athlete, and of course supporter of the track, who purchased the opportunity to do this once again through our auction, our off-season auction, which benefits the Marymoor Velodrome Association as one of our major ways of keeping operating the way we do. So thank you to Matti for his generosity in making tonight happen the way it's going to be going down. And this year, Matti's put together 3 races that are all kind of intended to keep control and planning out of the hands of the field in one way or another. All 3 of them have a different way of, basically, you don't know what you're getting into until you start the race some way or another. It's going to be kind of deterministic in a way that the riders just don't get to know. Up first is going to be the Crapshoot, which is a points race in which the number of sprints and the distance between those sprints will be randomized via dice roll before the race begins. So Matti decided what kind of dice we'd use. We're actually going to roll them, and I've been told, my instructions from Matti were, riders will come up to the rail and will still not know their race. I will tell the correct number of sprints and the distance between sprints while they're at the end of their neutral lap, and then as they roll through on their first lap, they will see the correct number of laps on the lap cards. So that's going to be the Crapshoot.
That sounds fun. And you do have like a dice tower. You're rolling dice.
I did. I brought an actual, yes, I
Love
did.
it.
I brought a little staircase thing and some dice to roll down it.
We got to get that on the live stream.
Yeah, we will at some point. See, there you go. I brought the stuff. Isn't that fancy looking? Look at that thing. I don't know, 3D printed. It's cute, I think. Rolling some dice. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. It's all part of the fun tonight. In the background, we are still, during the Crapshoot, rolling some, you can call it sort of, it's a fundraiser built into a race. I mean, Matti's trying to make more money for the Velodrome while raising money for the Velodrome by purchasing the right to do this tonight and having some fun with the field while he's at it. So if you want to be a good sport and participate in that, the raffle requires donations. It's $10 per ticket. You need to let us know if you're on the live stream which field you're doing it for and what race type. $10 per ticket you'd like to purchase. And if you're here in person and want to throw in any more cash, we'll figure it out.
Get on up.
Cat 3's getting the call to the rail. Come on up for the Crapshoot, please. You don't get to know how long the race is yet. It is a points race. And unlike a later race today, you do know that the last sprint is worth double. That is true. The last sprint will be at 1 to go. That's also true. Those things do remain the same. It's X by X points race. Now for the Cat 3s, my off-mic rolling is going to be, for everybody, it's actually, I have a 1d4, a 4-sided dice, plus 2 for the laps between the sprints. So we'll do that, and then it's 2 times whatever result I get on. For these guys, I think it's a d6, so 6-sided dice. So we'll take that roll, and again, what I'm going to do is on the neutral between turns 3 and 4, I will announce what the format is officially, and by the time you come by on the finish line on your first lap, the lap cards will be updated to show you how many laps there are. Riders into the neutral for our first ever Crapshoot. Well, I mean, at least by title. Ha! I got the first roll already done. I can't say anything yet. Don't you worry. Okay. That's not terrible. All right, so I rolled pretty in the middle for both dice, actually. So can we show 30 on the lap cards? They're in for a pretty long one. Hopefully they were geared for a longer race. So the first dice was a D4, rolled a 3. That comes out to 5 between each lap, and I rolled a total of 6 sprints. So it's a 6 by 5 30-lap points race. Who knew? Off we go. All right, so other than kind of some chaos at the beginning to set it up, this will run very much like a normal points race now the race has started. So bells are going to be 26, 21 on the 5s like we're kind of used to. It's a pretty normal distance between races or for sprints for our fields. This is a Cat 3 field open to our open women tonight. We're kind of allowing them to race where they need to race tonight because they don't have their own field this evening. We have Cat 3, we have Cat 1-2, and we have Cat 4s this evening. On deck, the Cat 1-2s will be up next. And on the race here, a little bit of acceleration, some speed from the front of the field to get us started. Bell at 26 to go. 2 more laps until our first bell for points. That's Calder Hardigan on the front of the lap, starting off with some good speed here. Has been an instigator for these Cat 3s the last couple of weeks. Been getting to watch this field, so keep your eyes on Calder. That he will pull off here right before this first bell, so just enough to kind of pull things apart. Although now back on the attack out of turn 4. Wants to try to get things started early on his name. Elog, number 306, jumps onto the wheel next. And now we're stretching ourselves out for this first sprint. This is a long enough distance. You got to play the game over the course of many laps. We'll see which teams are going to set themselves up for the early lead. Single position, or excuse me, individuals. This is no longer the Madison we saw earlier. I was just looking over at the colors of Coalition on the infield. Andy Lynch, who had a great race with Team Pink, was reminded of how that race went. Long races, man. That was a long one. First across the line looked to be Elog for the first 5 here today. That's number 306. I believe it was the purple of Dunlap, 3rd across the line. I missed that rider who's in 2nd. It looks like it's one of our Jerry Baker Juniors. Might be Villanueva. We'll confirm as they come by here in a sec.
Yes, that's Oliver. He forgot his number.
Yeah, it's on the left side, not the right side, so I couldn't confirm any other way. Okay, and here's the points totals updated already. Let's take a look at our results. Currently in first was Jared Elog, number 306, picking up the first 5. In second, 4-3, Oliver Villanueva. Colin Dunlap did pick up the 2 points, 3rd across the line, and currently in 3rd. For 1 point in 4th, Calder Hardigan, number 320 out there on the field today. And sitting 23 to go. There's the junior on the front of the lap. Peter Snowblin bringing the field back up to the leaders. Our numbers starting to dwindle a little bit here as things have gotten pulled apart in this long points race. As this race goes longer and longer, Let's see who can keep the pace here in this group. 22 to go. Speaking of our open women's field making their way in, you saw the speed from Tori Park earlier in the Madison. That's number 155 out there in the blue right at the front now as Snowman pulls out of the way. And right behind her is Kelly Darlene in the blue of Rice University, another one of our weekly competitors in the open women's field who's having a great season. There's Hardigan right on her wheel. Easy to see from the other side wearing that gray and black, but he's got that colorful frame. Pulls up out of the sprint lane as the bell's ringing, so disengaging the speed here for a moment. 320 riding very high, looking for someone else to go aggressive before wanting to jump into the action. Matt Beers down low, the rider in all black. On the lead of the lap still. Now using elevation, here comes Hardigan to take over the front. Nice acceleration, good jump down into the low part of the track. He'll take over. Tori Park in scoring position as well. Dunlap moving up. There's Villanueva again. The junior swinging up high. Able to get out of that sprinter's lane to challenge. Hardigan for 5. Villanueva for 3. That's 155 down low and 302 up high. Gathering back up over there in turn 2. This is the front of the race. We've got some pursuant riders, but this is generally all of our starters all together here. We've just lost a few on the back end of the speed of those early laps. But this is our race. Everybody in this field, there's nobody in front of them. 19 to go. Let's check the points updates after that second sprint. In first, we have a tie between 2 riders, both with 6 points. It's Villanueva for the Jerry Baker Juniors and Calder Hardigan. Again, both with 6 now. In third with 5 points is Jared Elog for Apex. In fourth with 3 points, Colin Dunlap for BPM. And Tori Park currently in fifth with 2 points. Everyone else sitting at 0 or less after getting lapped from the field. 18 to go. Matt Beers on the front of the group, number 308. Bell lap next time around. There's Peter Snowblin on the lead of the lap. Ready for leading factory racing. Getting a look on the stream. Those are our riders in the chase, a group of 3 coming into turn 1. With Westover on the front. There's the bell for the field in the front of the race. Hardigan finds a little window to jump out of that sprinter's lane. Ooh, finding room, making room there a little bit was Villanueva. Hardigan off the front. Scoring 5 again, it looks like. The rider in purple, that's Colin Dunlap, will be across the line second for 3. So it'll be number 320, 302. And, whoa, the junior for 2 that time, 328. And I believe that's Troy Park again for 1 point this time, number 155. Yeah, we're just kind of analyzing that move as Villanueva had to kind of fight his way into position. Not anything that catches the attention on the official's eyes in terms of being a dangerous maneuver. He had to really kind of push his way in there a little bit to get up and around and get into a better place as that speed was picking up. He didn't want to get dropped as that acceleration was coming into turn 1. It pays off well. He holds on and gets 2 points in that sprint as a result of that positioning. After sprint number 3, our leader now is Calder Hardigan with 11. Villanueva in second with 8. In third with 6 is Colin Dunlap. Elog in fourth with 5. And in fifth with 3 is Tori Park. It's the same 5 riders with points. Everyone else looking for their first opportunity to come across the line and get some points picked up. Seeing 13 to go, Bell at 11. Leader of the race on the front of the field right now. Your leader in points, number 320. Having a great season here in these Cat 3s. The longer the race goes, the more of a threat he really has been. He's been aggressive from the beginning in this race. He didn't wait long to get on the speed. He was going in that very first sprint. He led the way. He led the charge. He picked up the pace well before the bell. So he's been the mover and the shaker of this field. So far, it's not hurting him too much. He still appears to have enough to keep fighting. Let's see if he can hold on to this early lead all the way to the finish. I'm getting a little bit of inside information that one of the reasons maybe he's got so much grit and endurance, Cross Washington mountain bike race, third place, 770 miles of over the courses of 3 days. This is what I hear. So multidisciplinary athletes oftentimes do well at racing here at the track, especially if you've got that kind of base and that kind of ability. The bell's ringing again for yet another sprint at 11 to go. Points next time around. Now we got Snowblin up at the front. We're talking about Hardigan. He's positioned himself at the back of this little lineup. But he's okay with that. He'll start working his way up the sideline of that. It's Villanueva all the way up there right behind Snowblin, who I expect to make the first move. He's up and out of this over the red line. Dunlap will match the move. Villanueva. Dunlap fighting. Villanueva 5 this time. Whoa! Hardigan, I think, is still going to be scored for 2 that time. So it should be 328. I believe 302 and 320 unofficially. The rider that came across for 1 point that time, we're going to check the review. It's between, I think, Elog and Snowblin, if I'm not mistaken. That needs to be confirmed. More Crapshoot on deck. After this, Cat 1-2s coming up soon. Here's your field sitting well above the blue line, all following their current race leader. After that last sprint, though, Villanueva works his way right back up into the top of this race. We have a tie at the top between the rider for the Jerry Baker Juniors, Villanueva, and Hardigan, both with 13 points now. In third with 9 is Colin Dunlap, the rider in purple for BPM. And in fourth with 6 is Jared Elog. In that previous sprint, it is Elog that scores 1. So confirming Elog for 1 point on the previous sprint. That means Torrey Park's numbers remain unchanged, still in 5th with 3 right now. Seeing 8 to go. Matt Beers at the front of the group brings him up above the blue line as they're seeing some of the golden hours color here. The sun has gotten a little bit below our cloud cover we're having here today and casting nicely across on the back half of the track. Field seeing 7 to go. Front of the race is the field, now on the home straight. Been sitting a little bit static here. The field working together, just kind of sitting ahead of this next bell, looking for the next attack to come. Beers off the front a little bit. He pulls up above the blue line as the bell starts to ring. He's looking for the aggression from the group. Remember, it's this junior who's been scrappy in each of these sprints. He's been in the right place at the right time to compete. Now here comes Hardigan moving up alongside. The race for first, looking pretty good in this field. Villanueva pretty boxed in right now. He's got a lot of bikes to work his way around. And Hardigan on the front. Oliver second across the line. Matt Beers, I believe, for the 2 points that time. That's 308. And Colin Dunlap, I think, 302. Fourth across the line for 1. 4 to go. And we'll get our points updates here in just a moment before this final sprint. Our numbers are in, so we'll update the points here. Your leader, Calder Hartigan, with 18. In second, Oliver Villanueva with 16. And in third with 10 is Colin Dunlap. Matt Beers, after picking up 2 points in the previous sprint, currently sitting in 6th. So we can find some points on this final sprint, could jump quite significantly. Leaders only have 18 and 16 right now. Those are your top 2 spots on the podium. Seeing 3 to go on the chasing group. Get some help here from the home crowd. Field now seeing 2. Sitting wide a little bit across the track. Our field with Tori Parkins, Peter Snoblin side by side for a moment. Might need some awareness on the part of the chase on this next lap based on the speed of the field. Nothing official from my mouth. I'm just kind of being aware of the race state as the field's speeding up. 1 to go. 1 to go. Thank you. Chase is getting the move. All right, here we go. The bell's ringing. Tori on the attack off the front. Big speed out of turn 4. This is a huge dig. Setting things up. Here comes the field charging down behind. I was talking about this rider, the rider in black, Matt Beers. If he can score well in this one, he can move up the leaderboard a lot. Here comes Dunlap alongside Villanueva. Now Villanueva finds his space. Tori is still in the front of the lap. Trying to find the final 10. Tori Park. Calder Hartigan. It'll be Tori Park. Calder Hartigan, then Villanueva third across the line. 155, 320, and 328. I think the fourth rider across would have been Dunlap, 302. Should have been good for 2 points there. Your winner will be Hartigan. Big 10 points for Tori. Should move her up significantly here. Ending up in 3rd place overall after that last sprint for Tori. So nice work there for the final sprint. Next group can come out to the rail. 1-2s are invited to the rail for your crapshoot. All right, riders away. So off during the neutral, I need to roll, again, that D4 to see how many laps between sprints. And then for this group, it's actually a 10-sided dice to decide how many total sprints there will be. All right, we've rolled. We have 3 laps in between sprints for a total of 10 sprints in another 30-lap race. 10 by 3. The recovery special. 10 by 3, 30-lap points race. 10 by 3. 10 sprints in this points race. So it's going to come fast and furious when it comes to the scoring. It's going to be a lot of opportunities. It's going to end up feeling a little bit more like a mixed tempo kind of a situation where you just got to be aggressive for some period of time to pick up some points. Off we go at 29 to go, and it's going to be Zach Simon, Coalition. Luca Ostertag Hill for Liquid Velo on the wheel, and here's the chase from the field. Merrick Gallagher leading the way for Waterline Racing. First bell, points next time. Bell will happen on every 3, starting here at 28 to go. 25, 22, 19. It's going to be crazy. Simon being caught here by first the break and now the rest of this field catching up. Galen Erickson overtaking. Andrew Martin overtaking as well. Erickson, Martin for the first one here. That's number 1, then number 25, number 37. And then 44, I believe, Luke Ostertag Hill would have been the 4th across the line. My quick and unofficial call. Your early leader, riding number 1, Andrew Martin. And as called, that will be the order of things. In first is Martin, in second is Erickson, in third is Halfacker, and in fourth is Ostertag Hill. And we're going to be getting a bell already again here shortly. Front of the race coming onto the home straight now. Serge Malikian at the lead of the lap, positioning himself just ahead of the field with a group of 4, including your current leader, number 1 in that small breakaway. Not a lot of space between that and the field. Here comes Aaron Halfacker, number 37, to pursue and catch. And there's the mad scientist himself, Matti Herz, number 22, following out Halfacker. Here comes Gallagher to join in the race. Up to the front, here comes Galen Erickson with good acceleration out of the group. Number 25 will pick up 5 here again. There's number 1, this time for 3. Aaron Halfacker, number 37. And then Harrison Devine, number 2. My quick unofficial call in the finishing order. So Erickson trading blows with Martin here. They'll end up being 8 points apiece and at the top of this leaderboard after it's all said and done. Long single file formation, and there's the mad scientist again. That's Matti Herz, number 22, creator of many a legendary race here at the Velodrome now. Oh yeah, getting some extra milliseconds out there. I see Merrick Gallagher's lined up for the Aero kit tonight. Merrick, no numbers. Gallagher on the front of the field. Good thing we all know who he is. Bell coming in again here after this second sprint. It's a lap off and a lap on, and the bell's here again, right? It's just constant. At 22 to go, bell's ringing. Serge Malikian on the lead of the lap. Your leaders are Martin and Erickson at a tie with 8 apiece. In third with 4 is Halfacker, and 2 riders in fourth with 1 apiece, Ostertag Hill and Harrison Devine. Down the back straight, Serge Malikian leading the lap. Lynch in position will start to turn the pedals through that corner, trying to take over in the front of the lap. Here comes Matti Herz, creator of tonight's race program, trying to pick up points in his race. And it will be number 22 for 5, then 33, 16, then 35. That's Serge Malikian picking up the 1 point. Mike Darlene finding some points here at the front for and more good points for Andy Lynch as well. Picking up some. I was corrected there. That is Ben Flom up at the break here, wearing the colors of Shogun of Seattle. Number 35 with the black bike. It's such a similar kit and helmet to his teammate Serge, who's out here also in the field, but he's got a little bit different coloration. But Flom in the front of the field now, leading us around. The colors of Coalition are strong at the front of this field right now, as we've got 3 riders all making up the front of this group. That's Zach Simon, pulls out of the way for his teammate. Galen Erickson. Hustling from the front at 19 to go. Your leaders are still Martin and Erickson with 8 points apiece. In third with 5 is Matti Herz now. In fourth with 4 is Hal Facker. In fifth with 3 is Lynch. Darlene in sixth with 2. 3 riders with 1 point apiece. Ostertag, Hill, Devine, and Flom. Here comes Herz rounding the corner to take over on the lead of the lap. That's 22 for 5. Number 2, 16, and then 25. That was Galen Erickson ending up getting 1 point, who led that lap. And then the very smooth acceleration from Matti Herz takes over in the front on that one. Here goes Harrison Devine, recently regional Madison champion, with his partner Otis Hatfield on the attack out of turn 3. Nolan Adams' response. Number 11, jumping out in front to try to find some points for himself. Looking at the field now, who's the next to attack? Well, there's Harrison's former teammate, Otis Hatfield, on the front of the field. Kind of looking things down right now, deciding if this is the time to kind of try to go catch things, just keeping it in striking distance. He's going to stay on the front, so a pretty long pull from Hatfield. Dragging this thing through as the bell's ringing at 16 to go. Devine in great position. Adams following his wheel. He'll have to take over on the lap for now, as the field's going to keep their charge going. Now Halfacker up and out of the saddle is going to drive this thing closer. Hatfield doing the work to keep the field within reach, and now that'll send Halfacker and Martin down the back straight trying to catch. Adams digging deep to hold on for some points here. He'll pull up out of the way. Devine on the front of the lap. Adams wants to find something. He sees the catching riders. They will make the catch through the turn. They're going to need to move up and around, and they will do so. Here comes Martin, number 1, picking up 5. Halfacker, 37, second across the line. It's number 10 for 2. And that's a close call between Malikian and Devine. Essentially all together, though, our field recombining after the break of 2. Now the attack. That's YBA, that light-colored jersey. Looks to be Carl Hafer, number 15 on the lead of the lap at 14 to go. Points have been updated. We'll get an update quickly before this next sprint. In first with 13 is Andrew Martin. In second with 10, Matti Herz. In third with 8, Galen Erickson. In fourth with 7, Aaron Halfacker. In fifth with 5, Harrison Devine. Lots of riders with points. It is well spread out, as you'd expect in a race like this. Attack, recover, attack, recover. Who's going to start kind of taking a couple of these sprints and working their way, separating themselves from this field? Can anybody get some consecutive victories here? Here's a rider who's been a little bit quiet tonight considering his season. Number 44 off the front, trying to find his first big points maybe here tonight. As has Gallagher been a bit quiet here this evening, waiting to strike later in the night. He'll go here. Big attack from Gallagher. He's trying to drop Ostertag Hill. He's looking pretty staunch, though. He'll pull up and try to fight for this. At the least, considering the position, he can ensure the 3 points for himself. So Gallagher for 5. That's number 44 next across the line for 3. Erickson, number 25 for 2. And number 18, Scott Grinsell, flying in for 1. Now Gallagher's kind of setting up the race for this moment. He was waiting to go. Ostertag Hill, give him credit, watched him, found him, and went on the attack to hunt him down. And when he's found his quarry, he's realized, okay, I got to sit up and work with this guy. We got a team of 2. Let's rock and roll. This is the same Eric Gallagher who has time and time again done this kind of attack on this field and been very successful, and has been traveling internationally. Competed down in California a number of weeks ago, has now been across seas competing. The field losing some distance here. You're now looking at Zach Simon on the front of the field. Not in full-out catch mode right now. Here goes number 1, Andy Martin, on the lead of the lap for the field. Bell's ringing for Ostertag Hill and Gallagher. 10 to go. Bell will also ring for the field. Erickson on the front of the lap now. Now, I'm curious to see, will these 2 riders fight each other? I imagine this is not the time for them to be competing. They should look pretty cooperative here. So right now, I'm a little bit more interested in what the field's going to do. We'll continue to watch their movements through this lap. It looks like Gallagher's just going to stay on the lead of this lap as Ostertag Hill is going to respect that position. So we'll continue to watch this sprint. There goes Halfacker out of the group. Andrew Martin following that wheel. Second move from Divine. He'll come up high. Whoa, close. I think it's Divine. 22, I'm pretty sure. 37. Matti, my mistake. Number 22 for 2 points. Halfacker, 37 for 1. Eight to go. Your leader's off the front. I was just telling this guy to go. There he is, number 2. They both have 2s on their jerseys too. There's Divine off the front. Matty's back into the field after picking up some more points. He's still sitting in second here in this race, back in the main field. Leader on the points right now remains Andrew Martin, who's also back in the field. That's rider number 1, but we've got 2 more sprints remaining, and these riders off the front are getting the bell now on the home straight. Gallagher is currently in third place with 10 points and a tie with Galen Erickson. Will now start taking over potentially at the top of this leaderboard. Divine, number 2 down the back straight, is in pursuit, on his way up to catch. I believe in the catch there in the green is Chris Wilson. It will be Gallagher for 5, Luca Ostertag Hill for 3, Divine for 2. And that is Chris Wilson wearing a Madison jersey. That's why I was trying to figure out what's going on here. For 1 that time. There's a lot of things going on this evening. That should bump Gallagher up to the top of this thing, as Martin not able to find points in there, nor was Herz. So that puts Gallagher up at top with 15 now. Andrew Martin in second with 13, and third with 12 is Matti Herz. A couple riders tied for fourth, 10 apiece, is Galen Erickson and Luca Ostertag Hill. That's the same Ostertag Hill who's off the front, on the front of the lap right now. We're seeing on the stream, leading out this lap pole for Gallagher. So he's off in his way to be a top 3 in this race for that move he made to catch up to Gallagher and become his teammate. Penultimate sprint, bells ringing, 4 to go. Divine gritting his teeth, trying to work his way, claw ever closer to the front. That's Ben Flom, number 35, just in front of the field. Tyson Danielson on the front of the field, keeping it close to the rider for Shogun of Seattle. An exchange of the leaders in the turn from at the front means, again, Gallagher will take the 5 as Ostertag Hill will take 3. They've settled in on their order for the points many times. As expected, Divine for 2 this time. And out of the field, number 10. That's Tyson Danielson for 1 point there. Halfacker was chasing, didn't quite make it. Final sprint upcoming. We've got 2 to go. Leaders on the home straight. Your winners will come from this group of 2 riders. They are absolutely control of the pace. 2 to go. Gallagher in the lead with 20. Martin in second with 13. In a tie with Ostertag Hill, also with 13. In fourth with 12 is Herz. And in fifth with 10 is Erickson. Once again, your leader, Gallagher with 20. 2 riders in second with 13, Martin and Ostertag Hill. In fourth with 12 is Herz, and in fifth with 10 is Erickson. Divine now has 9 points. Halfacker has 8. There's a lot of riders with points. This leaderboard is busy. The only rider to break past 15 tonight so far is Gallagher, who is on his way to winning this race. We're at the 1 to go. Out of the field, here comes Scott Grinsell, number 18. Wow, look at this one. Nice move for the rider from Dyna. At the front of the field is currently Galen Erickson, as Andrew Martin is trying to push for some position here. He wants to get something out of this. He's going to get going. Gallagher and Ostertag Hill will end up in top 2 spots here. Ostertag Hill will benefit for the final one as Gallagher will back off and let him have the 10. This is Grinsell picking up 4 and Martin picking up the final 2. official warning for Gallagher for not wearing numbers is on the record. I'm compelled to announce it. All right, stand by for our next group. It looks like our track is clear. Riders up to the rail. All right, I got to do some more rolling again, which we'll do here in just a moment. I'm going to grab the first of the 2 dice that I always must roll. How many laps between sprints? And one more dice here to decide how many total sprints. This is a 3x4 12-lap race. 3x4. 3 sprints separated by 4 laps each. 3 chances to score in a 12-lap points race. It's a quick one. Riders away. We are closing down any raffle purchases here at the end of this event through at least the live stream system. So if you wanted to get a super chat in still, I've been monitoring it. It hasn't been super busy, but if you'd like to jump in and still do that, we'll pick that up and add that onto our list and make sure that gets into the randomizer when we do that poll. Heads up, again, after this race, we are closing down the opportunity to be a part of the raffle via super chat. I don't know if there'll be other ways to, but at least that method will be done. First bell at 9 to go. Sprints separated by 4 laps. So points at 8, 4, and 0. Bells at 9, 5, and 1. Field seeing 10 to go. This is your Cat 4s combining here together for this one. That's C on the front, number 415. Bells ringing for our first sprint for the group. C still on the lead of the lap. Dominic Clark down the sprinter's lane right behind him. Good acceleration through the turn. Big pass out of turn 4. Looking over the shoulder, looking clear both ways at 8 to go. That'll be 429, 415, and then 488. My quick call. That's Andrew Gray for Liquid Velo. C. Tidd, and then I believe Dominic Clark going 1, 2, 3 across the line on our first sprint. Next bell at 5 to go. If you're enjoying tonight, hopefully we can get you back for more racing next week. It's the GP. The Marymoor Grand Prix has been an annual tradition here at the track since before I was following this place. An annual competition bringing in international speed. Our biggest cash purse of the season. Our fastest category racing you will see all year long. sprint tournaments both days, Kieran's both days, and again, some really great racing, including Madison's on both nights. It is a fully featured race event where our fastest riders and some of the best talent you'll see here at the track all season long will be around. Kiddie Kilo, beverage garden, food trucks, and of course the big show that we like to put on here 2 days in a row, all part of next weekend. And also we'll be celebrating and collaborating with our friends here in the city of Redmond. It's Derby Days weekend next weekend, so we're looking forward to it. 6 to go. Bell next time around. Your leader is number 429, Andrew Gray with 5. C. Tidd in second with 3. In third, Dominic Clark with 2 points. Matthew Thies in fourth with 1. Bell's ringing for our next sprint. Raymond on the front of the lap. Liquid Bello taking charge on the lap again here. This time it's 409. There's C-Tid second across. There's 429 third across, I believe. And Raymond should still find a point there. That's Matthew off the front, separating himself from the rest of this field of 4. The leader pulling so far away here to end out this points race. Matthew on a turn at 2 to go. Bell next time around. I guess that's one way to test a new bike out is race on a Friday night. Apparently that was put together 30 minutes before racing started. Looking pretty good. The field coming through turn 1. For this final sprint is Andrew Gray in the lead with 7. 2 riders with 6 apiece is C and Matthew. In fourth with 2 is Dominic. And in fifth with 1 is Raymond. Bell's ringing for the leader. 1 to go. Matthew pursuing 2 riders out the back. Right now it looks to catch in the turn. The front of the race is the lone rider in Gray. The field of 4 also getting the bell on their final lap. Leader catching a couple. On his way to winning this race and getting the final 10. Let's keep our eyes to the sprint for the rest of the points, as the field is where we're going to see the fight for 6. That's Andrew Gray. Was in front, and now here comes the push back from, it looks like Fuller taking over on the lead, as Jason now leads things out onto the home straight. Fuller for 6. C-Tid for 4. And Andrew Gray for 2 that time. All right, stand by. Looks like we've almost got everybody cleared here for our next race. Cat 3s Come to the rail. All right, let's bring them up for the Gong Show. All right, before we get this started, can we just do a real quick test? I want everybody to hear, and first of all, I want to hear if it even carries over the mic at all. One hit of the gong, everybody. Fantastic. Okay, that's the sound, riders, you're going to hear after you picked up points. I'll try to do it as close as I can to when you're here on the home straight, obviously, right? So the front of the field, as you're here in this area, you will hear confirmation from the gong side. The only people that know when you're scoring are the officials and myself.
Hello, hello. Oh, this one works. Andy, I'll get you, Mike.
So for those that, I didn't really talk yet about this format, but basically the way this is working is there's an algorithm in the background that has been set up ahead of time that is, I think the words were pseudo-random and deterministic. It's you put in a seed, some sort of a seed phrase, and then you tell it how many laps, how many sprints, and it will tell you when the sprints are in that race and which one of them is worth double points. It's not always the last one that's worth double points. It could be any of the sprints that are doubled. So in these 20 laps, there will be 4 sprints for points. They have no idea when. They will only know as they're crossing when they hear the gong, letting them know that we're scoring them there. So the officials are ready to grab them on those laps. They'll know to be looking and scoring, but we won't give them any indication that there's a sprint going on. There's no bell lap, except for the end, the one to go. We'll still confirm that we're at the end of the race. It's pretty wild. It's sort of, I guess, is this some weird combination of like an unknown distance in that you kind of just don't know when it's time to go, and also a tempo because it just generally pays off to be near the front.
So yeah, if I were racing this race, I would treat it like a tempo. If you aren't in the front of the race, then you ain't going to be getting any points. So you better get up there as frequently as possible.
That has to be a big part of the approach here, as Douglas is going to try one here early on. No sound of the gong in the early on this first lap. Like the way this was determined, and it can be put in later, you can actually ask us for the phrase that was used after the race if you'd like. By the way, you could do that, and we would be able to pull up the phrase, put it into the algorithm, and come up with the exact same laps to confirm that we were doing what we're doing. There's our first one. Oh, I messed up one part. Maddie said I'm supposed to hit it more than once, only if it's double. That was not double. I messed that part up. That would be cool on this if that came up, but I promise it's not the one that's supposed to be double. So that one was worth normal 5, 3, 2, and 1. So at 18, we completed our first scoring. Those points have just been put in. And Stan Douglas was off the front. He is currently our leader with 5 points. In second, and the whole infield booed me because I gave them false hope that he got 10. I actually gonged it 3 times. Does that mean I should have rewarded him triple points? The officials are like, no, stop talking. The scoring's hard enough already. Your leader, Douglas, with 5, and second with 3 is Colin Dunlap. Mike Ritter in third with 2. Calder Hardigan in fourth with 1. No idea when the next gong is going to come, so they just have to position themselves aggressively. That's kind of, again, the game they have to play.
It does look like these folks are treating it kind of like a point-a-lap in terms of how they're approaching things. Seeing some bike throws for the line. It doesn't look like it was worth anything, but it's good practice, isn't it?
Yep. Gotta be in the right place to score. You just know when it's coming. That's what you're gonna see a lot of, is like that flat front of riders kind of being like, I'm trying here. I don't know how hard to try. I should try a little bit. And now Amara's gonna help us out and just kind of keep the prop in position. So now it's just ready. Oh well, I missed. Amara's moving around too much. 14 laps completed. Only 1 scoring opportunity so far. Is that like demoralizing? Like at some point you're just going to sit in the middle of the field and let it roll for a little bit? Like when do you give up on this, Andy?
You know, if it were me, I'd be trying to get off the front.
Yeah. Just break. Get out there. You never know. 13 laps and silence. So much effort spent, so little reward. Confirming our entries for the raffle have been closed. So heads up on that. If there are any super chats that come up, usually at this point that would just go into our preem pockets. So prizes for riders later on. "12 laps completed and shucks. Good try, though. That was a good-looking sprint, Ritter. 12 to go. My mistake. Calder Hardigan on the lead of the lap. So this really has looked like a tempo with a kind of that wide across the front field each time through. Hardigan on the lead now as we kind of are a little bit more single file than we've been in a while. There's another. At 11 laps to go, we'll have our second score. We'll get our points in here shortly. 2 scores have been in. The last lap was another regular scored point lap. 10 to go. 2 more sprints remain somewhere in the coming laps. Yeah, the rules do stipulate that the tie break for this race is the same as a points race. The final lap, which is not guaranteed to be a point sprint, is still used for tie break purposes. Nine to go. 2 out of 4 scored. Let's look at our points as they stand now. We did get that last one sorted out. It's Calder Hardigan in the lead with 6. Stan Douglas in second with 5. Dunlap, Ritter, and Snowblend in a tie for third with 3 apiece. In sixth with 2 is Elog. Everyone else looking for points. Yeah, no. 8 to go. 7 to go. That looks to be one of the Jerry Baker Juniors, Villanueva off the front. Maybe starting to take Baker's advice here. Drive the pace, get away from the group a little bit. Hope that some scoring comes up soon.
A new place, a new home for a while. Let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy.
6 to go. Villanueva still at the front, has not found the payoff he's looking for. This is one of those gambler's moves you have to make. Will the gamble pay off before this all ends and the field catches him? That's Torrey coming out of the group a little bit to accelerate the field on their way towards the junior. He looks over to see the move. Still in position. The gong is in position. The mallet's in position. And nothing. Oh, man, he even looked at me that time. Now I feel bad. I swear I didn't come up with the laps, though. Get mad at the computer. I'm just following instructions, man. Villanueva caught down the back straight. Feel a little bit of frustration there as he didn't quite get what he was hoping for while he's off on his own. Calder Hardigan now coming into position. And it's going wide across the track again here. Does Calder know what's going on? Did he run this algorithm too? Great timing from Hardigan. Villanueva is going to be mad at us after this one. Oh, well. It is what it is. I thought it was a good race move, whether it pays off or not. Calder Hardigan will now be your leader after that lucky move, picking up 11 points total here. Snoblin in second with 6. We know it's called deductive reasoning, that there's one sprint left, and it's the double, and we know it's somewhere between now and the end of the race. In third with 5 is Colin Dunlap. In fourth with 3 is Jared Elog. Some previous point getters have been lapped, so early success does not translate here in this race for them. 2 to go. Negatory. Front of the race heading into turn 3 with Westover on the front. That's the green of Taco Time. Your current race leader right behind him. The math is very favorable for being aggressive on these last laps. They know it's got to be here, so here's 1 to go. Bell's ringing. That's a double scored lap. Now the sprint is just for tie-breaking, as all the points have been scored already. Matt Beers was in a great position as he crossed the line. I think he scored well there. That was our double score. Gong, so, and the tie break going on this final sprint will go his way. So again, this is all for tie breaks on this final lap. Still important for selling the end position here, so we'll make sure to score it all the way through. The last lap was the one for points, though. Couple more athletes wrapping things up here, and we'll bring up our next group. It's Cat 1-2s for their Gong Show. Riders to the rail. Cat 1-2s to the rail. We're going to need to hold the start for a little bit of scoring at the end of that previous race. Again, we have to be in a holding pattern for just a little bit here, Cat 1-2s. Feel free to be at the rail. We'll let you know when we're ready to start things up. Need a little bit more time for scoring.
So if you're wondering what you're doing here, we're just kind of like, it's not that we're trying to catch up with the scoring from that last race. We just want to give people another opportunity to get their final raffle tickets in.
That makes sense. All right, very randomized again. 25 laps total in this one. And once again, the algorithm has predetermined which laps we're going to ring the gong, which one's the double. Which I won't make that same mistake again. And there are 5 sprints in this 25-lap race, so it ends up being the same number as you'd normally see for a 25-lap points race, but with, of course, the unknown of when they'll occur. We've lost a few, so some were only good enough sports to do the first one tonight. It's fine. I'm still here having a good time. And the remaining folks here are in their neutral. We'll get them started soon.
I tell you what, Corey, I'm having a good time too.
Good to hear.
Nothing I love better than spreadsheets.
Yeah, secretarial work on a night like tonight. It's a dream made come true, I'm sure. It's the everything's fine meme with the fire around in the room. What's that? I love that one. Okay, racing's underway. 25 laps to go, and the gong is out and ready.
Be interesting to see if folks learn from that last race for strategy.
The very first lap, we've got the gong came through. The algorithm with a very early score here. So let's take a look at who was in right position on this very early lap. Lucky rider number 33 in position first was Andy Lynch for Coalition as our early leader. Number 2, Harrison Devine, second across the line for 3 points. Number 35 is Ben Flom, and number 1, Andrew Martin, in that order, picks up points on that first sprint.
So after that 10x3 for this field, I'm really impressed that anyone is going to do any work besides trying to make Matti do work to do some penance for the pain he caused to that field.
This is a revenge race, you're saying? Or like that's the approach you would expect?
That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah. That makes sense. 22 to go, and a lot of sprinting for nothing. That's Shogun of Seattle. Ben Flom off the front, hoping that might be another early scoring lap. But the algorithm will not be friendly to the rider in the lone break. The colors of Coalition on the chase. Lynch. Nothing for it, but good catch nonetheless. Brings the race back together again. No gong on that lap. Harrison Devine now to the front of the race as a few of the catching riders swing high. Right, so Merrick Gallagher does find some numbers, but he's got stars and stripes on. I don't think there's a national ride for the Gong Show that one could be a champion of. This is it. Well, he hasn't won it yet, so therefore there's more than just him, including Andrew Martin's got him. Yeah, there's a few.
You know, there's really only one way for him to guarantee a win in this race, and that is to do a little bit of the magic that he did when he was down in LA for the Summer Slam.
Lap the field, that's right. Get off the front and go. At 19 to go. That does bring up the rule book that for this one that Matti proposed, which is if you lap the field, it's a coin flip, though.
That is true. And, you know, it's a really interesting coin flip because normally if you lap the field, you get 20 points. But since it's a 50-50, it's either 40 points or minus 20 points.
Yeah.
So there's some real potential upside. I think if you lap the field and you're lucky, guaranteed win. I'm not great at math, but I think that's guaranteed win. But if you're unlucky, then it's going to be really amusing for all of us.
Yeah, it's hard to have the motivation to go do that. But I mean, how frustrating this race is, you know, you never know. Break of 3 off the front, no payoff yet. Lynch moving up into Gallagher. They navigate that pretty well. As Gallagher goes up over the top, Divine. So here he goes. He heard the advice.
There we go.
Gallagher into his move, his textbook maneuver. Let the race open up a little bit. Let the legs tire of his competitors, and then away he goes. At 16 laps to go. The gong remains silent. The chase of 3 is number 1, Martin. Number 11, Nolan Adams. And number 2, Divine. They're just a bike and a half length ahead of Zach Simon, who's closing that gap down pretty quickly for the rest of the field. $15 to go for your leader, and we're going to wait till the field gets here pretty much every lap so we don't give it away too early. And no gong. 15 to go. $14 to go, no gong. The break is still out there for Gallagher. This has been a long time between points. We had 24 to go was the first bell, or gong, I should say.
I got to say, this is an embarrassingly quiet beer garden. Like, look at what this guy's doing. You can't hoot and holler for him a little? Come on.
Impressive athlete, and we forget how spoiled we are to have him here regularly. Just kicking tail and making it look easy. Nope. Still not sounding it. And still nothing. I'm sorry, man. I swear it's the computer.
You know, what's unfortunate is that with Merrick so far off the front, he might not even hear the gong if it goes because we don't ring it until
Yeah, I'll make sure to announce it as
rider.
well. Yeah, you got a point. It's my job to make sure that they know what's going on and they just know how much they're getting screwed out of points right now. At least he didn't stare in my soul that time. I'll take that as a win. Nothing. I looked away too long. It was 12. Double points on that lap for all riders in the correct position, including Gallagher off the front for the Big 10. He finally got something. That's right. So we've had one of our regulars, a big gap, and then finally the double comes in. So that was at 12 to go. Nothing here at 11 to go. Gallagher finally cashes in. About a third of the lap up with 10 points now. In second with 7 is Andrew Martin. In third with 5 is Andrew Lynch. In fourth with 4 is Luke Ostertag-Hill. In fifth with 3 is Harrison Devine. Ben Flom with 2. Matti Herz with 2. Everybody else looking for their first positive points. No gong here yet, Gallagher. Let's see. I got to wait for at least the field to come by before I can gong, though. And nothing. At 10 to go. Leader is still in scoring position. How long does he have to wait for any more payout? Nine to go. Field at 9 to go. Negator. Here's your field at turn 2. I don't know if they've got enough in them to go catch that young rider. I mean, Gallagher is absolutely styling on them again here tonight off the front. This is not easy. He's making it look kind of easy, but just absolutely dialed in. There are 3 sprints still remaining. We've had 2 of the 5. Whose race is this now? Let's see. Luke Ostertag-Hill off the front of the field. I can't ring the gong until I get at least a couple more riders here. 8 to go and nothing.
So from a tactical standpoint, I mean, I said that I would race this like a tempo, but with points going 4 deep, the field still is motivated to work, you would think. But it doesn't really look like it from the way they're riding.
I think Gallagher's thinking about doing a coin flip here. Look at him. The field's making it easy. They could catch.
I mean, Gallagher looks locked in.
Showing the gong here for the field, who sees 7 to go. Leader seeing 6. No gong for the field. Gallagher, you going to make the catch at 6 to go? Still no gong sounding for the field last lap. He's about to catch. You're going to have to go get a coin ready. And it's either plus 20 or minus 20 about to ready to happen here. There's the catch. We'll confirm here shortly. Front of the race should now be over to Ostertag-Hill, I believe. It was over in turn 2. So there's the new front of the race. We have to confirm if the gain or loss of 20 occurred. 6 to go. No gong yet. All right, let's flip a coin. Heads plus 20, tails minus 20. Oh, plus 40 now? Okay. Minus 20. Tails.
Oh, no.
It was tails.
Oh,
Gallagher,
no.
I don't think Merrick's going to believe us. We should okay, I'm leaving
Do
it
we
right
show
there.
the coin on the live stream?
I did not show anything yet.
We need the receipts.
Is there any? Yeah, show it. It's like right over there still where we flipped it. Yeah, he's showing it right now on the camera. Oh my gosh. Ostertag-Hill is off the front, and Gallagher's like, I'm done. Here goes Herz at 3 to go. That's Ostertag-Hill for 5 off the front. Matti Herz for 3. I think Zach Simon and then Mike Darlene for 1. Gallagher's like, that's it.
Oh, the Gong Show is cruel.
It really is. 2 to go. There's still 2 sprints remaining. Where the heck are they? I think you now know by, again, what do we call it? Deductive reasoning. If it's 2 to go and we still have 2 sprints left and there's no gong sounding, it's, I guess the next 2 laps are pretty important. This is insane.
If any of them have enough oxygen left in their brains to figure that out, then they do know what's up.
That's right. The double sprint has already occurred, so we also know what points are available. At 1 to go, Ostertag-Hill, first across the line. Who's chasing here? Here comes some leading factory. That's Divine, Herz, and Darlene getting the points there. And there's 1 lap remaining, and there's 1 sprint remaining, so we're also going to score here. They can, again, keep track of that. They'll know that there's points coming up here in a bit. Nice job, Luca. I think that's going to end up on top. Whoa. All right, that should be our final gong, and all the rest of the orders being figured out. Matti Herz racing very well in his race. Picked up, I think, some big points there at the end. But it's actually Luca Ostertag-Hill out in front picking up the 10. That should be the winner. Dude, that's rough. The all-in move for Gallagher, and it just didn't end up. And I think the racing surface is clear. Let's bring our next group up to the rail. missed call on that previous last sprint. Unlike a normal points race, that was not double. Luca for 5 on the last sprint, not 10. My apologies. Group at the rail now. Once again, 4 sprints during this. We'll do the whole gong thing 4 times during your race. I will announce and make it clear with the strike of the gong twice when it's the double sprint. Right into neutral. 20 laps on the Gong Show for our Cat 4s. The raffle after this. I just can't believe we got down to the coin flip and it actually went against the rider. That's mean. That is mean. And there's a whistle. Racing's underway and hustling right away. There goes C on this first lap. Showing 20 to go. Unknown when the points will occur. C on the go, hoping for some early points here. Seeing 19. Nada. It appears to be C now back into second position behind Matthew. Both hustling away on the front to try to stretch this race out right away. Everyone feeling the pressure of this race. It's just every rider for themselves right from the start. Nothing there either. No points yet. 18 to go. There will be 4 sprints during this race. $17 there. No gong yet. Still the break of 2 of Matthew and C all at the front. We have a chase of 3 over there in turn 1. Now turn 2, pardon me. Now seeing 16 to go. 2 off the front. No reward yet for the break. Will they get anything here? No sound from the gong. Seeing 15 to go. Double on our first sprint. That's 10, 6, 4, and 2 to the leaders on that lap. There's the payoff for Matthew and C they were looking for. .423, I believe, not eligible in that sprint. Kind of depends on what was the field and what was the leader. So we're waiting for the official confirmation on the points there. It was 409. Matthew picking up 10 and your early leader. In second with 6 is C. In third with 4 is Dominic. And in fourth with 2 is Andrew Gray. Other riders seeking their first positive points of the race. Showing 13, here's your leaders, both in the points and on the race. And no sound from the gong after 4 have crossed the line. No scoring here. So leaders of 2, chase of 2 over there in turn 2.
So I got to say, this is more what I thought this race was going to look like, of just full explosion. It looks rough, but it's the best way that they can guarantee that they're going to be in the point scoring position.
Why contest with the field when you could just be out here getting the points?
I mean, it looks harder.
Yeah, where's the rest going to come
from?
from?
But if you can.
That's right. Exactly. At 12 to go, and still no payout at the front. The chase of 2 are getting a bit closer here. They're working their way up. The field currently, the group in turn 1 by our race determination now. So the field in turn 1, leaders on home straight at 11 to go. Lead of 2, 1 rider in no man's land currently. And there's points at the front. So your lead group of 2 scores finally, as well as the chase of 2. That's Clark and Gray working together in the chase, who've gone up with 1 rider. That's a rider who is down on the lap, so on the back of that group of 2. The field is, though, all the way back in turn 2, so not yet lapped and not eligible for points in their current position. There's your field in the middle of the back straight.
All right, so 210 needs to not work in this group. She is currently in no man's land and not eligible to work. That means 488 and 429 need to not follow.
We did have another gong there at 10 to go, so scoring back-to-back at 11 and 10 to go. Let's check the leaderboard after that update. We've got Matthew in the lead with 16 and a tie with C, also at 16. In third with 6 apiece is Dominic Clark and Andrew Gray. Everybody else looking for positive points. For those keeping track at home, that's 3 out of the 4 sprints, including the double, already settled. We're seeing an attack here. That's C now on the move on the back straight at the front of the race. So the rider in black trying to drop his closest competitor, as it's now a dead heat at the front of the race between Matthew and him. So a big move here to lead the race. Again, the rider in the black with the white helmet is our front. Now seeing 7 to go. There's Matthew 409 coming across the finish line. These are 2 riders in no man's land currently. Reminder about keeping things off the racing surface during our competitions here today. Thank you for helping us with that. Any things that cross the racing surface while racing's underway may lead to injury for our riders or us having to suspend the racing. Thank you for your cooperation. 6 to go. Leader is C on the front of the lap going into turn 1. I think he's looking for clarification if he's about to catch the field or not. He is about to catch the field. See, that is the field in front of you. And he's backing off. Roger that.
All right, so we now have learned something about C. They pay attention to the racing that happens before them, and they have enough mental capacity
Yeah.
to learn from what they've observed, which
That's
is
right.
pretty impressive, I got to
Yeah.
say, because they're
Yeah.
working really hard.
That's right. Yeah, C's out here driving the pace. So that, you're welcome. We got what's going on. 5 to go. There's your leader. Appreciating the information, the clarity. So field is scored right now as in turn 2. Leader also in turn 2. Just doesn't want to catch. He doesn't want the coin flip right now. Behind that is the rider in gray. That's Matthew. The rider in a tie. There's been so many laps where they're out here. Just no scoring happening. 2 more riders over here in turn 2 are in no man's land. The next closest riders on the same lap are over here in turn 1 now. That's Dominic Clark on the lead of that group of 3. Christina Paulrath is not allowed to, I believe, still is not allowed to work that in that group of 3 on the back straight.
Hey, so Corey, hypothetically, if 2 people caught at the same time, would we flip the coin twice so one could gain points and one could lose points?
That would be my reading of the rules because it sounds more fun.
I'm looking to Matti in the infield to see if he has an opinion on that.
He says
and
yes.
He seems
Yeah,
he
he's
seems to
favorable.
think that would be fun.
Okay.
And we all know what Matti's definition of fun is.
Three to go. Leader's still not getting a gong here, but they're back together as C had to back off the pace. He pushed backward on the pedals a little bit and said, "You know what? I don't want to. I don't want to flip no coin right now. And if both of us catch, we just heard that it's going to be both of us getting a coin flip. As fun as that might be, to flip 2 tails and really ruin 2 riders' nights. Field is getting pulled apart again a little bit, so it's a little hard to determine. But that's these 2 riders here. Here comes the leaders onto the home straight now at 2 to go. If we are ringing the gong, as pointed out, we need to wait till at least the 3rd or the 4th rider are crossing, so it wouldn't be until quite a bit later in the lap actually past the leaders, because this is now the back of the lap coming on the home straight. Still on the same lap as the leaders is Dominic Clark, now coming the home straight, seeing 2 to go, and leaders are seeing 1. No gong for them, and here's the bell. Leaders are getting 1 to go. Oh no, the bell has malfunctioned. Of all things on this evening to start malfunctioning. Bell's ringing. It's 1 to go for everybody. Leaders do not want to catch the field, so they are anti-sprinting right now. They are actually going up high and just kind of slow balling it as much as they can. This is the oddest ending. If this is the wish, was to get some craziness like this. And if they haven't figured it out yet, I'm going to ring the gong now because this is the last sprint is on the last lap. They're getting 1 here for everybody. So final points on the last lap. That last lap was scoring, so 5, 3, 2, and 1 on the final lap for the riders that came across on the final lap. All riders are exiting and finished with the Gong Show. Riders exit. The raffle is coming up next. I don't even know what this race is going to be. We have to pull in secret here. And I think we need to do this one at the rail because this could change how the race is run. So we will do this one at the rail. Figure out what the heck we're doing. So stand by for that.
All right. Everyone's going to find out at the exact same time what we're doing. So, Cat 3 field, congratulations. I don't know who put this in. You can either put your hand up or not, depending on how you feel about it, but you're doing a French exit. Oh, Serge put it in for your guys' field. Congratulations. For anyone who needs a refresher, a French exit is a 4x5 points race, so 20 laps. The first point sprint has a 3 times multiplier, but only for the winner and only if you take the exit. Does everyone understand what that means? Sure. All right. Take it away. And there is no double on the final. 4 sprints total.
It is also important that in the rules book, it states any rider can take the French exit and keep their current points, even if you don't win. So you may exit with 3 if you'd like.
You can even exit with 0.
It's so true.
Yeah.
You're still scored with 0 at that
Been
point.
there.
Yeah, that's a valid point too. Is like, let's say you leave with 3 points, you would no longer have the opportunity to sprint for the tiebreak either. That does mean that the final lap, which would serve for that purpose, is no longer present. Unless that's been stipulated as being the French exit sprint, which might be interesting, actually. Yeah, so French exit, this is a fun one. Another one of the ones that was pushed to the front of our racebook via Matti's creativity and a previous night.
So Corey, in a French exit, final sprint resolves initial sprint order, but if folks are out of contention or we're not in that, then the first sprint is a secondary tiebreak.
Okay, so it goes to, we do use that as needed. Thank you for the clarification. All right, so 20 to go, and we've got ourselves one of our odd duck races has been put to the top of the raffle thanks to Serge. Which is, it's a good one. It's a fun one. We like it. So there's a lot in there. Shout out to Tegan from our friends checking out the live stream. Yes. Check their phone. Okay. Tegan, you're supposed to check your phone right now, apparently, according to our live stream friends. You've got family or friends or someone out there. So the French exit really highly emphasizes the short distance sprint. Even if you don't end up winning by taking the French exit, which I think has not. Have we had a winner do the French exit strategy and actually win? My memory is no.
We have had 2 winners.
Really?
Who took the exit.
Wow.
Yes, it was not this year.
Okay.
But in the first iteration of the French exit.
Okay. I remember there being some drama and it being exciting. So it is still a valid strategy. What you're hoping for if you're the French exit person, obviously you win the sprint. Okay, now you have this choice. If you leave, what you're hoping is that the rest of the field is just tearing apart each other so that there's no one getting all of the rest of the points, right? You want a nice, busy leaderboard. If you think you've got a field like that, go for it. You don't... the fun choice, though, here, and here's the kind of the neat thing about this thing. If you stay in after winning this first sprint, those tripled points disappear. So if you win this first sprint, you stay in, then all of a sudden 15 becomes 5, and that incentive to win that first sprint kind of evaporates. So it's very lucrative to get this sprint. It's a big draw to take the exit. It's very likely we'll see it here in this group, I imagine. Line things up already. They know this bell is going to be ringing soon. Big move along the rail. Driving things onto the home straight now. Lined up for the French exit sprint. Dunlap, big speed. Down the backstretch, Elog on the wheel. That's Ritter, who would love to get this thing if he could find it. He's trying to find the acceleration to catch up to the lead, too. Elog making the jump now. Ritter still rolling. Elog. I think it's going to be Elog's race to decide what he wants to do with it. 3:06 will take it. Then it's going to be 3:21, 3:02, and 3:16. A couple of our Monday night sprinters making their way up towards the front.
I'll tell you, the way that he led, the way that tore out of there, I don't know if Colin was intentionally leading him out or not, because he kept checking back. But Jared was just glued onto that wheel, and he is taking the exit. You love to see it.
No questions asked.
Oh, yeah.
Right into the infield. This race, what's fun about this race is even if, no matter what happens in 15 laps from now, that moment was fun. Like, we all have fun with the exit. It's just a cool moment in racing that we don't get to do enough. It's just neat. It creates this nice tension now, right, where we get this spectator racer.
All right, so Ritter took the, is Ritter thinking about it? Is thinking about it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we see the head bobble.
Yeah, so 3:21 will make his way into the inner circle here shortly. But he's doing it during the French exit window, so he keeps the 3 points he scored. Douglas has already done the same, so Stan is also in the infield for 1 point.
Now, Colin does not seem interested in checking out with 2 points.
No, see now the race is really, now we're watching, who are we watching? We're watching 3:20 and 3:02. Like, those are the two I'm going to be most interested to see kind of rock and roll in this race, and that's the people that Elog is now voting against. It's now the race to overtake at 15. Bell will be at 11 to go, so no Bell right now. Again, this is the rider I'm looking to upset things, is number 320, who's been very active tonight, so successful. Villanueva, the junior, on his wheel, has also been at the front of this field a lot. So those are, I can't leave Oliver out of the list here. He has been showing a lot of fight here this evening. Lots of points in his back pocket earlier tonight. And look out for him to also maybe spoil the fun for Elog, who gets to do a nice early cool down. Yeah, we could have done a sort of a Vegas theme for tonight with all of the randomness and the gambling that goes on in the formats we got going on. There's your Bell at 11 to go. Let's see who's going to start working against this lead of Elog, who sits on the infield with 15. And he waits to see who's going to pick up these points. Again, if you take the exit, your hope is that it's really contended. You don't want to see anybody get repeat wins out there. You want it to be nice and flat on that leaderboard. Lots of people picking up points. This time it's Beers putting in position between the red and the blue line. So 3:08 looks to be picking up 5. There's Villanueva, 3:28, 3:02 for 2 points. And my quick call is it was Snoblin, 3:79 on the inside for 1, but that'll be confirmed shortly. So Beers takes our first sprint post-French exit in convincing style. Now here comes the attack from Hardigan and Villanueva. This is what we expect to see, is some tempo set by these two. But there's only 10 points left to score, even if you win both of the next sprints. Elog's got to be feeling pretty comfortable right now.
I think if I were Elog, I would be sitting there cheering those two on, because neither of them, I'm doing some quick mental math here, neither of them can win.
No, that's exactly right, because
wow,
if they did not score 5 in the, I mean, basically, if you didn't score in the first one, which none of them did in that last sprint, they were not present for the first sprint. You have to win. One rider has to go win all 3 of the remaining sprints to take Jared out of his position.
Oh, this is spicy. All right. All right.
Only Beers has a chance, and he's not in this break of 2.
Wow, some good decision making in that first sprint, I think. Now, actually, I just realized I misspoke, because there is a way that one of those two could win. they got to take the lap. And that's information I want the beer garden to know so that you can communicate it to those two folks out there.
I mean,
this needs to be an all-in effort.
Yeah, and they got some motor. They got some ability
It's
here.
the last race of the night. The only way that either of them can win is if they take the lap.
6 to go. You're absolutely correct. We cannot leave that out. And the field's setting up for him just as you're talking about this. So, bells ringing. Villanueva looking quick. Hardigan will absolutely be willing to do some work here. Field gets the bell, being led right now by Torrey Park. That's number 155 down there in the sprinter's lane. Matt Beer is winner of the previous sprint in all black right behind her. I'll keep my one eye posted over the lead. Yeah. This is looking pretty good for Jared, like you said, so far still. It'll be Hardigan for 5, Villanueva for 3. Eyes on the field as it will be Matt Beers for 2. And that's Kelly Darlene, number 102 for 1 this time. I just don't think they're going to have enough time to make their way around. I mean, the field is staying pretty low. So our leaders, if they're going to make a catch happen, they've got very little time to do it, and they're going to need some help from a lazy field if they can get it. 4 to go. Elog still on top with 15. Next closest rider is Matt Beers with 7. Villanueva in 3rd with 6. In 4th with 5 is Hardigan. Also in 5th with 4 is Dunlap. In 6th with 3, Ritter. 3 riders with 1 apiece are in a tie for 7th. That's Douglas, Snoblin, and Darlene.
So Corey, there's some big diesels in that field back there, and if I were Jared, I would be I'd be offering a bevy after the racing is over to probably Matt Beers. I know Snoblin will take a pull if properly motivated.
Yeah, that's the game you got to play. You're like cheering that field on. That's some good race strat right there. The spectator racer stuff that we just don't get to see any other time but the French exit.
Oh, man. Westover thinks that if he does enough work, he can earn a beer whether it's been promised to him or not, I think.
That's right. The rider in green. And there's Snoblin doing what you're talking about there, also coming up to the front. Leader seeing 2 to go. Half lap up to the field. They've made good progress.
Oh, I know. It would take some serious shenanigans, I think, to make it around this, this track.
Especially
in
now
2
that
laps.
These guys are motivated again. This field's moving along. There's Darlene to the front to keep it quick, right behind Snoblin, who's off the front.
You know, a big beer tab is worth it for the glory of winning a race on Friday night.
And I think Elok can feel very secure in his victory for winning the French exit sprint. And the bell's ringing on our final lap. 1 to go. There's your leaders getting the final bell. This is going to be the race for second between these two. It's Villanueva and Hardigan with 6 and 5 respectively. Bells ringing for the field, all lined up behind Snoblin.
He can't even feel too bad about it because reminder that our beer garden all goes to supporting this nonprofit organization that puts racing on out here. So you can really feel good about sabotaging your competitors.
That's
with
right.
A little casual bribery.
Bevy is a dono around here. Nice for Hardigan on the final sprint to get this final 5. Villanueva for 3 will end up being 2nd and 3rd respectively. Out of the field, Darlene in position to score nicely right above the red line, and it's Darlene for 2. And that looks to be Colin Dunlap, number 302 on the inside for 1. Just ahead of Torrey Park. Elog, where are you at? On the infield, there he is. There's your winner. He's already got the bike down, and he's like half rested. He's all good. 15 laps ago, it's old news. The French exit does it again. And a couple more, making sure the track is nice and open here. Stand by. One more making their way around. Thank you. All right, now we're clear. Let's bring you up. Cat 1-2s for your raffle. I'm hoping for the stylings of Andy Baker again on the microphone to tell me what the heck we're racing in a moment.
Hello, my friends. I'm so bummed I'm not out there with you. I mean, I didn't want to be out there for the other two, but for this one, I would like to be out there with you because it is everyone's favorite 20-lap scratch with preems. Hope you picked your gears right. Oh, it's three $50 preems. This is going to be a spicy one.
Nice. A scratch with preems. We got cash money on the line. Oh, man. And there's no algorithm. I get to do this whenever I want. Now they can be really actually mad at me. I swear I'm not just hiding behind that. It's absolutely legitimate. I absolutely promise. Oh, that's okay. This is a Surge thank you moment. Got it.
Well, big ups to Surge for putting in a sensible race for his own field and with a lot of donations to get it there to really put his finger on the scales.
Yeah, very generous of our community to always support what we do here. But Surge is here every single week racing as part of the board, and he's very generous in supporting our program. So thanks to him for helping get this one through on the raffle and for putting some of the cash behind on this to make it happen.
Yeah, he's a generous man, and he is a smart man, giving himself a sensible race.
Right. Let's make it a good one. How about an early one? $50 to lead the lap. $50 to lead the lap at 19 to go. $50 to lead the lap. I see someone who's definitely going to be making the attack. I didn't notice he was right there. Martin's going to fight for it too, though. Number 1 and number 3 are going to be battling. Martin in and out of the sprinter's lane, thinking about fighting this one. On to the home straight. Number 3 on the lead of the lap. Number 1 right there. Number 3 for the first one. Got to help pay for that travel one way or another.
You know, I said I wanted to be out there for this one, but they are starting so fast, I don't think I would be.
Yeah, that was quick. And to throw on the preem, that just puts a little bit of extra boost into the rocket, so to speak.
Oh, my God. Harrison making his attack at the rail. Classic stuff.
Yeah, moving way up high and around, trying to get down into this next move. Being led up by Ostertag Hill, joining that group of 4. 17 to go. The break of 3, including the generous one himself, number 99 out there.
I'm just going to give a shout out to Chip Chase out here. He has had an up and down year, but it is so great to have him out here lighting things up, bridging across to that group of 3.
That's right. Chip Chase with, as you said, a tough year. And it was so great last week. We were talking, and he's been out here also as an official. Just high spirits considering how hard it's been to get to the bike.
Oh, he gets that bridge done, and everybody sits up. Ooh, boy.
A lot of movement up and down the track into the rail for a moment. Divine will do what he does time and time again. He'll just go right down to the front and keep it moving.
You know what? Sometimes just getting your name shouted out, that's all the reward you need.
That's right.
It's nicer if you get $50, but hey.
Take them when you can get them. It is July. I have been told it's supposed to be Chip Chazé during this month. That is true. 15 to go. And a 14 to go. Matti Herz, number 22, down the sprinter's lane on the lead of the lap for the group. Good response from the group here.
Oh, man. Matty is trying to make some of the money back after all that he donated to make this race night happen.
He is. And I was not thinking about grabbing the bell just yet, so I really like Matty a lot. I really do. Another generous one. A big supporter. Awesome rider. Great dude. Just didn't have the bell in my hand. Sorry, man. I know. He'll get me back for it later. We do have 2 more preems to get out. That's a good reminder of that. So 2 more to hand out during the race. $12 to go. Simon coming to the front. Re-accelerating the group as they're sitting a little bit slower there in turn 2. Not feeling the need to pull. Several riders getting out of the way at the front of the field. Now at 11 to go. Yo-yoing forward and back here. This group has been changing their speed, a little bit of de-acceleration, acceleration happening. So just kind of testing things out. Back and forth, short little attacks, then resetting themselves. Not really settling into a constant pace yet. No break. We had a little bit of a separation early on in the race. We had one big attack from Herz a few laps back. That was checked pretty quickly.
My thinking in this race is, so I get popped off, I'm probably not in it for the sprint at the end, but I should sit up instead of dropping out, because you're still eligible for preems even if you're down 1, 2, even 3 laps.
Fun fact. What a good time to do this. At 9 to go, I got a preem to lead the lap. 9 to go. Lead the lap next time. $50 cash preem. Movement from the middle of the field. That's the slick move of Herz.
Oh, man, it is so rare to see anyone match Merrick's acceleration when he goes, but Matti was already wound up, and gosh, this looks real impressive.
Nice effort from 22. It's just
not quite enough,
enough.
But even just to be on the wheel it's great way to win $0.
And you wonder too if Gallagher hadn't popped out of the lane right when he did, and that almost had to put a little bit of a brakes there on Herz. He was looking really smooth. He had to kind of backpedal for a sec there.
It was looking good. I worry about him now, though.
Yeah. He's still got some more laps to go. He's going to go back into that field while Gallagher's let loose.
And his teammate is just lighting it up on the front.
7 to go. Harrison Devine first up in the pecking order to start getting this chase going. He brings with him some of our frequent flyers at the front of the group, although Martin now doing a pull himself. He wants to keep the junior, young rider, I should say, close to this field. Six to go. Number 3 looks down between the legs to see if he can see any wheels making their way up. He doesn't have a huge gap here, but still feeling okay off the front.
It's going to be interesting if regional scratch race champion Luca decides to make a big move to get off the front. Most of his big results so far have come from a late race move, not a late race sprint. And so I don't know if he's going to be considering what his options are to change things up. Maybe he's got something to prove, or if he's going to try and bridge up there and catapult off of Merrick's hard work.
Yeah, this is interesting because if you're just in a bunch sprint, who's got the usual finishing kick and positioning? You know, number 1 is it's hard to beat him in these settings.
It sure is. His Andrew Martin's sprint is so explosive.
Yeah, and if this comes to that group sprint and they catch Merrick after all this effort, we will try to reward somebody one more time, though. I got last preem, and it's going to be right here at 4 to go. Can Gallagher get one more payout before the field catches? 4 to go. $50 to lead this lap.
Uh-oh, I see the characteristic spring being compressed. Andrew Martin's sprint winding up.
Danielson matching pretty well here. Losing a little bit of speed now to Martin, who's just so smooth through his acceleration.
driving through that draft. Oh, the shoulders drop. $50.
Nice work to Martin, number 1 on the front, and that'll be it for the preems. It's now just a race for, winning a race. Front slows down. Gallagher caught, and he's brought back into the fold, and everybody willing to slow off the pace just a little bit at the front. He might just go off the back of this group now. Not really interested in this finish too much.
Oh, there's no surprises here, but you sure do love to see these tacks that Harrison makes.
When it's at 2 to go, he does not want to be in the middle of a bunch sprint. That is not where he's going to win a race, so he has to keep it fast. He has to go. He has to make separation. Ostertag Hill follows his lead, but there's Lynch, there's Martin.
Andy Lynch is not afraid of putting the work in, and those other folks sprinted real hard. If he realizes the gap he has, he could make this stick. I believe. I've seen his power.
Yeah, this is going to be
saw
a
him
strong
right away
400
from
meters. Here we go on the finish, 1 to go. Lynch trying to pick up a win here tonight. This is a great move for Lynch. He is so consistent and powerful from the sprinter's lane, and he's in position. You saw that. He moved to the blue line thinking maybe there's someone right there. No, there's a gap. Time to go. Here comes Martin.
Here's Andrew Martin. Oh, my goodness.
This is the speed that he's capable of. Good recovery, good move up and over the top. He's right into the open spot on the track, closing down the distance, trying to get this slingshot set up for the finish, and it's going to be enough. Number 1, trying to get there. Just barely. Lynch looks over to the side, gritting his teeth, saying, I almost had that one. What a finish. Whew, if Martin waited for another half a second, he might not have made it. Lynch so good from the front. Excellent finish for the Cat 1-2s.
All right, while our tired 1-2s exit the track, we're going to get our raffle going for our final race of the night.
That's right. We've got one more this evening. Our competitors are getting in position now. Thank you for everyone out there who's still tuned in and checking us out online. Thanks for being along with us for the ride tonight. If you're still here in the park cheering people on, of course, you're the real warriors. Thank you for being with us. Our final race is just about ready to start. If you're rewatching the racing later, if you're reviewing this on YouTube at some point, don't forget to leave some comments down below or at least a thumbs up saying thank you for the broadcast. We appreciate you being here with us. What's our last raffle race turning out to be here? Let's see.
All right. So, congratulations, folks, because you've got maybe the most fun draw of the night. Oh, is it an Elim to Kieran? Is it a crawl? No. It's Chariots. It's Chariots. Yes. Yes. All right. So stay where you are. Stay where you are. First 5 of you are our first heat. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the line down here up so you can step off. Preserve the order. You're 3. You're at the rail. We need holders. The rest of you, wait. All right. You got to stay in line. All right, good. Stay in line right here. All right, so just how you guys know how we're doing this. So we've got 9 total. We got 9 total. That means that we are having, well, hold on, we're having 2 from each heat. No, I'm sorry, 3 from each heat advance to the final. Top 3 go through. Once you finish, come back around here and queue up because we're not giving you any rest time. You're going right after it.
For those out there that don't
man.
know, this is a race from the line, so the race is underway now.
You know, the only positive thing about this is that for the Cat 4 field, none of them put on a massive gear because they are gear restricted. So
true. But Dominic is known to be a pretty good sprinter. He's been getting strong this season. Look at him spin away.
look at that gap.
Nice
Oh
work
my
from
God.
Clark.
And remember, it is top 3 advance.
Ooh. Oh, I think it's going to be Fuller down the middle. 421 is third. Riders keep rolling around. We're going to get you queued up for your restart for the major, so don't go anywhere. This is like, what a fun finish. Fantastic. We never get to do chariots. All right, so our top 3 will roll their way up for their the major final. Just come back up to the rail to get queued up. Warning to rider 411 for entering the lane while it's occupied by another rider. Correction, not holding the line on the sprint is the official call. It's a warning to 411 for not holding the line on the sprint. Oh, we only had 4 stars here. We've a little bit of Oh, that's right. We had 9 total. That's correct. So we had 5 in the first heat and 4 in this heat. Top 3 advance to the final. This is an all-out one-lap sprint for this group. That looks to be Andrew Gray in good position now. Ooh, C recovering nicely. A little bit of a slower start, but he picks up the pace nicely.
All right. So some of you might be thinking like, okay, they only had 4 people in their heat. It's a little bit easier to advance. But they get 1 less lap to recovery because they got to roll right up here to the finish.
This is wild. That was Dylan Gray, third across the line in that last group. So we'll get those 3 back over. Maybe we can give them 30 seconds. Just a little bit of grace. A mild amount of love. Nah, they don't want to do that. They want all 6 to just come right up here for their start. This is our top 6 going for the 1-lap sprint.
Take your time, friends. Take your time. One final lap to close out a very ridiculous night of racing. And with that, I'd love to have everybody give one more big thank you to Matti for his support of the Velodrome. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about this night, but it sure is
I think
something
that's the only
special.
good thing you have to say. That's fine. Ooh. Who's going to come out on top? Here we go. Oh. Matthew getting the early start. We saw this, though, as it took a little bit longer for Dominic in that previous ride to get up to speed. He's working his way up now. That's the rider currently in second wheel, making a bit of a catch. He's bringing along Matthew's teammate as well. So Liquid Velo both closing down. It's still Matthew on the front. Clark trying to make the catch. Ooh. Oh, it's going to come down to a close one. About a half bike to Matthew on the inside. Clark nearly getting the catch. Nicely done. The zero rest chariot race. Wow. Okay, what's next?
I think it's time for Corey's signature
Time to get out
jazz,
of here. Jazz playlist.
hour
All right,
as we migrate over to the beer garden to close out the night.
All right, sounds good. For all those folks that are still out there online enjoying the stream, either rewatching it or being a part of the production, thank you again. We are just about done all here. Again, my name is Corey. It's been such a pleasure being with you tonight. I want to give another special thanks to our officials tonight for managing a pretty unique race, especially Secretary. Behind the spreadsheet tonight, we had a little extra help from Andy Baker and, of course, Neve Durfee for putting together the spreadsheet and running such a good show. To all of our volunteers, to our staff for running a safe event and a great event all day long, and, of course, all of our fans out there. Thanks for tuning in, supporting. And our final most important thank you always goes to the athletes for putting on a really incredible race night. To all of you out there, if you're still watching, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Show some love to our YouTube channel. We appreciate you being a part of this production with us. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast at some point. Next week is the Marymoor Grand Prix. It's the fastest racing of the season here at our velodrome, so we're really looking forward to that one. And, of course, more racing throughout the rest of the summer is coming up. It's Derby Days next weekend. Dog Days of summer. We're starting to advertise at the end of August. We can't wait for that one. Lots to look forward to. And with that, I look forward to hosting you for more great racing action right here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.
I believe food trucks are still open. Let's go last call if you want hot dogs or cookie dough, it looks like.
Show the